Chris, I'm worried about today's show. There's a lot going on. I believe Zaslow just snorted or cleared his sinuses.
Don't make me laugh.
Okay, I think you're sick.
I'm not sick.
All right, so I've got Jeremy. He is dressed in George Harrison's costume as part of his punishment. It's a bit distracting.
My dad's wearing his headphones weird.
I've got, your dad is mad about everything that happened to him yesterday in his own home. A home he hit 1440.
Wish we were on video right now.
Hey, Greg, are you all right? Honestly, are you okay?
Yeah, we're not on video right now.
Your dad looks
Greg.
like he's tripping balls.
Greg,
if I told you your dad was tripping balls, you'd be like, that's what it looks like.
Greg, do you know that the Shadow Show isn't anything but audio? Like when you're making faces.
What was that with your hand?
Like what were you just doing?
Well, first of all, normally it starts off with Shadow Show.
Haven't done that in months.
And stuff like that.
We did do it last week. But
Define normally.
We hadn't
See,
done
I didn't
it.
hear that.
All right, so
you threw me
let's
off.
start over here. Chris, yes, go. Because the Shadow Show is meant to be as if we don't know we're on air.
The audience.
Shadow Show.
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 Shadowing it. I'm not hearing anything.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right, what's going on here?
Trying to gaslight me?
No,
He's tripping balls, dude. That's what it is.
Yeah, he's tripping balls.
Come on, I know better.
You know how to turn up your headphones?
Born at night,
Do you know?
but not
Oh,
last
okay,
night, baby.
he can't hear us for real.
Greg,
All right, I'm gonna
you
go.
got to
in there.
turn up your headphone. You're not
I actually
ready
like
for,
this
You're
game.
not ready for the start of the show. All you've got to do is turn up your headphones. Your headphone knobs are not here.
Touching his computer.
It's not on your computer. Why? How do you know so little about what we're doing? How do you think that
Show.
Okay,
I hear it now.
How do you think that you're
Trying to turn up the volume, Dan.
Okay, I hear
Shadow
it.
Show.
Somebody was sabotaging me.
Shadow Show.
Seriously. Intentionally
Zaslow,
downplaying my mic.
explain to people what just happened as someone who's routinely disgusted by how little Greg Cody knows about how to do this.
You know this is the way I love to start the week, with Cody just not understanding how to do a radio
Greg,
show.
you were trying to fix your headphones on your computer.
It's true that someone had turned down the volume on my microphone. Why? I have no idea. Could it be sabotage? It's possible. I need to investigate.
He's also mad, Chris. He's also mad because I got Mike. Mike is unhinged, okay? I can't harness the way Mike feels about the University of Miami
This is
right
a
now.
bad weekend
I
for Mike.
can't do a month of this. I can't do a month of this.
Well, you're about to.
But Greg is enraged at what happened in his living room yesterday
happened?
because he wanted Messi in his living room, the best player in the world during a playoff game, and he couldn't move his family off Saints Falcons.
It was so ridiculous that they, in the main room with our main TV, by habit on a late Sunday afternoon, they have on Red Zone, right? So they're watching all this stuff. I hate Red Zone because 90% of the time you're watching something that doesn't really matter. You're watching Geno Smith try to evade his 10th sack of the game by Myles Garrett in a meaningless game. When on another channel...
Greg, save it.
Let's start the show.
Save it. Just save it.
Football is back, Jack. Oh my, we've waited for so long. We're so damn excited that we put it in a song. Don't need no check downs. Give me big hits and quarterbacks. Keep your fantasy team from falling off the track. Football is back, Jack. Whether on the ground or through the air. When the chips are down and you throw a prayer. When your team is primed and on the hunt. It's 4th and 10, you refuse to punt. When the shoulder pads and helmets crack, that's how you know that football is back, Jack. Let me hear you say football is back, Jack. This high is wild and out of control. And we're gonna ride it every week till we reach the Super Bowl. Don't need no check downs. Give me big hits and quarterbacks. If you say this game's the best, I'll say it's a gag. Football is back, Jack. Football is back, Jack. Football is back.
Are you winded from watching yourself do that intro? Are you winded from in here singing to yourself?
Yes.
That's what just happened, isn't it, Zaslow?
I think he's winded from celebrating himself.
Well, who knew that pantomiming something, lip syncing, would be so exerting? But it was. What a banger of a song. Yeti Blanc in the house. Even though he's not in the house, but figuratively.
You're like Jameis yesterday giving a speech.
Okay,
We
look,
outside, even
look,
though we're inside.
look.
5 past the hour.
Jameis was wonderful yesterday. So many wonderful trick or treats with Jameis yesterday. Look, yesterday was spectacular for a number of different reasons. Like over here, Romo's telling you, here comes playoff Mahomes, and here comes Mahomes with the single biggest by number deficit comeback in his career because he does this the way Tebow did it. Tebow's the last quarterback to be this good in games like this, at the end of games like this, when he's got a deficit of 10 or more in a game. The football of yesterday was great, and Greg Cody was trying to watch.
We're all looking around like, did he just compare Patrick Mahomes to Tim Tebow?
Yeah, well, the number was. This is.
I mean, even your own body stopped in its tracks for like 5 seconds. Like,
It was a
did
long
I really,
pause.
Did I
Yeah.
really? Am I about to compare the greatest quarterback we've ever seen to Tim Tebow?
That pause terrified me.
I got confused.
I was trying to
Dan
connect the
got
dots on
confused.
that one.
That's how bad of a take it was.
I'm going to give you the take Reese said a different way, but the show's moving too fast, even though it hasn't started. Mahomes is now 20-18 in games where he's trailed by 10 or more points. 2018 for his career. It's the best quarterback record of any kind like that since Tim Tebow, who did it at 5-6. Like when you're down 10 in games like this, you tend to lose them in the fourth quarter. And that Tebow miracle, people thought he could play quarterback. You're right. You've derailed me.
Yeah.
The thing that happened, though, yesterday, as Mahomes is saving his season, and Romo's telling you that guy's coming, here comes playoff Mahomes, Greg Cody is unable to get the best real football player in the world on his television, having 3 assists and a goal as Inter Miami wins after a month-long wrestling match with many rest days, wins the biggest game in its history. And Messi is the greatest player in the world, and Greg Cody could not get it on the big television in his home. He was an outcast in his own home. He couldn't do picture-in-picture. He had to watch Saints-Falcons.
Yeah. Well, I had to watch Red Zone, which is worse because it's Saints-Falcons times 5 or 6, where they're going back and forth between games I don't care about.
Good games yesterday.
While the GOAT of GOATs, Lionel Messi, is absolutely taking the semifinal, the Eastern Conference semifinal on his shoulders. He's saying, I'm 38 years old. I'm still better than you are. I'm still better than anybody. I don't know about you, Mike, but we're 3 years into Messi now. I still find it hard to believe that Inter Miami was able to sign Lionel Messi and that he still is so great. So I'm trying to watch this on the big screen. Turns out we can't get Apple TV on our big screen for some reason. I have no idea. It's above my pay grade. Fire stick. I don't know. Something's going on in my house. And
Wait,
so
you just can't get
Inputs, HDMI 2. We all know this.
it's ridiculous, all these sayings. So I gotta relegate myself to the Barbie room to watch Lionel Messi
Barbie
on a
room?
smaller TV.
Barbie room.
What's a Barbie room?
It's my granddaughter. It's like a playroom. It's a combination. My wife's office and my workout room, and the Barbie
Hell
room.
yeah.
You know. So anyway,
So you're just sitting there with a bunch of Barbie dolls around you?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah,
It's a little girl's room and your workout room?
I have my stationary bike in there.
When's the last time that
Hence
was used?
stationary.
Very
stationary bike.
I don't keep.
Was the
track.
last time you were on it when we did the Greg Cody show, like where I walked into the room as if I was interrupting a workout, just like a pretend workout just for the video?
Come
bit?
on, don't be ridiculous.
When was the last time you exercised on the bicycle in the Barbie room?
Oh, let me think. Let me think of an exact date. I don't know. I meant to do it over the weekend to make up for the physical therapy session I had to skip.
Months ago? Years ago?
Oh, months ago. Weeks. Weeks sounds better. Couple of weeks. Several days.
What is in that room?
Minute and a half.
Is there a recliner of any sort? Look, this is the home this is 1440. How long have you lived in 1440?
Well, it's not literally 1440. It wants to be.
This all makes perfect sense to me.
We've lived there since Christopher was a boy.
Yeah, 1440 is his childhood home.
Yeah.
Our house
Come
that
on,
I live
Dan,
in
catch
is
up.
not 14.
It's Christopher's childhood home.
My apologies. You've lived in this home for how long?
Since he was a boy, I don't know.
All right,
Since I was 2.
30 years.
36
This
years.
is the home. This is the home for Dolphin Sundays across 3 decades.
Yeah.
Where you watch the game that you want on Sunday afternoon, but now there are too many inputs, and you can't get the real you can't get the real football. You are stuck with the American football. When Lionel Messi, best player in the world, is when you say you can't get your head around it. What Greg's watching on his television, he covered the Fort Lauderdale Strikers 50 years ago. He's like, what is this in Miami? How is it possible that a championship can be won with this player in this town on this team? And I can't even watch it in the big room in my house.
Right.
I'm in the Barbie room. What's in the Barbie room?
It a bunch of toys, closet full of shoes,
A couch, a desk.
Yeah, it's an unremarkable room.
Why can't you get some control of your house, man? If you want to watch Messi on the big TV instead of Saints Falcons,
Well, part of the issue
get some
is,
hand, man.
Part of the issue is that we literally can't get Apple TV on the big TV.
My mom just tells him things.
But the disappointment is that nobody else herded with me into the Barbie room to watch.
Was it
Messi.
one of those who's coming with me?
Yeah, and they're all watching Red Zone. They're like a bunch of zombies staring at
So
Red
you were
Zone.
lonely in your corner of the house loving soccer as the rest of your family loved a different sport in another room.
Correct.
But
And-
what's the seating setup in the Barbie room? If it's everybody come with me, I feel like you're sitting on a bed watching.
No, there were. It's a large fold-out couch, seats 3 or 4, chair seats 1.
This
I
sounds
was standing.
lonely. A happy moment in Miami sports history for you sounds like it was lonely in your own home.
It was an historic win. First time they've ever been to the Eastern
When Messi
Conference
scored
Final.
and they went up 1-0, did you cheer like loud so maybe others would come and see what's going on in the Barbie
I
room?
did find myself cheering.
Messi's doing it again. If you want to catch it and join me
And nobody.
Jumping Charlie wouldn't even go
in the
there with
Barbie
you?
room.
No, nobody's coming in because, Jacoby Brissett is in the red zone. It's like so
It's a big game, by the way. Did you see Shador Sanders throw that bomb to number 16? I don't even know who that guy is.
I did not.
The new kid just scored.
The new-
Messi with an assist. The new kid.
I
The guy
call
that we
him
benched-
Leo.
We benched Suarez for the kid, and the kid answered the bell.
How about that, huh?
Did anyone in your home step foot in the Barbie room during the historic real football being played in your lonely corner of the house?
Only when my wife came in to say, when are you ready to eat? Because, the egg noodles are on the boil.
Am I ready to eat? Messi's eating right now. That's his 3rd assist.
Damn right. That guy don't quit. 38 years old. A wonderful coaching job by Mascherano. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is bold to pull out Luis Suarez from
Yes.
that starting lineup and go with the Newell's Old Boys signing, Matteo Silvetti, but that bet has paid off.
What are
in
you
droves.
laughing about, Tony?
This is great. Like, they might be making this up, and I have no idea because I was locked into Tyler Shuck.
Why
with
were
an
you
interception
locked
with
into that?
204
I mean,
yards.
look, I understand. You don't like
Darnell
soccer.
Mooney had
That's-
3 for 74 to score.
It's not like the 4 o'clock hour had anything going on for it. I thought the most compelling story.
Cowboys
being told
Eagles
in
was
sports.
awesome.
Yeah, Cowboys Eagles was
Okay,
great.
that's all right. That was a nice little second screen experience for me. Messi trying to win the biggest game in club history at a team that he lost 3-0 to earlier in the season. That didn't pop you. I don't know what will.
Michael Wilson had 10 for 118, his second game in a row with more than 10
Messi was
catches.
responsible for all 4 goals.
Tyler Shuck, are you not
4
listening
goals.
to me?
Scored the first one, got 3 assists. He's playing his best footy right now.
Sanders showed him what time it was.
I was annoyed yesterday, man, because I haven't watched Inter Miami in a long time because I told you I was out on Inter Miami. I don't like that Suarez's behavior. They're not a likable team right now. But it was a semifinal.
Wait, you say right now.
Well,
Hold
they
on a
benched
second.
Suarez yesterday. They benched
Hold on,
him. I
hold
like
on.
that.
Hold on. They're not a likable team right now. Let's call it for what it is. You were out on this team after Suarez spit on somebody because they were representing Miami in a way that you did not like
Correct.
so much. They were overshadowing the best player in the world because Luis Suarez is very publicly exhibits the behavior of an asshole internationally across oceans. Everyone knows this, and they took on the personality of Luis Suarez.
And they didn't condemn it either.
Unlikable, didn't condemn it, didn't punish it. No, that's who we are. We'll spit in your face. We've got Lionel Messi. But this, by itself yesterday, was just Lionel Messi being all the things, the majestic things that he is, to bring a signature win to Miami that you're out on because you are watching. Wait, I don't understand. A.J. Brown's got 110 yards and catches. Why they lose it?
I mean, this was a must-win game on the road.
That's how playoffs usually roll. Must win for Inter
Okay,
Miami.
but the usually is key here because for some reason the first round is a series.
Okay.
And the more important the games get, it's not a series.
I
Yeah,
get
I
it.
don't like that.
I get it. Every game's do or die right now. And it was a road game in a raucous atmosphere.
Yes.
In Cincinnati on a day that the Bengals played, it didn't matter. That crowd was electric, and the GOAT shut them up.
Right. Absolutely. It was magical. And it's always interesting to watch and hear an Inter Miami game on the road because there are Messi fans there. Like, I'm not saying they outnumbered Cincinnati fans, but
they're everywhere. I mean, he is
Yes.
growing the sport. Like, look, this has been this is weird what I'm about to say. This has been a spectacular success that isn't. Because they've done just about everything wrong, but they've gotten the soccer right. Like the way they've sold their sport, putting it behind a paywall, they made egregious business errors, but they've still got the best player in the world being the best player in the world as major changes are going to come to this business. And the miracle is Messi's going to get that stadium built in this city next to the airport, and he's going to grow the sport in America being better than everyone else still at 38 years old.
Right.
But, Mike,
It's hard to quantify that when their attendance is down and their TV ratings are down, and MLS realizes the error of their ways. And the partnership with Apple has an early opt-out that Apple has jumped at. This has not worked out the way that MLS planned for. They've decided they're going to do away with MLS season pass. Basically, if you just have Apple TV, now you get the MLS.
Oh, nice.
The paywall was a huge mistake.
I didn't get to watch last night.
They're back to 2021 levels of attendance, which is not what the sustainable growth model chart was telling us, because this was a live event sport. All the buzz from Messi seems to have evaporated, and they're playing their most consequential games during the NFL window.
And playoff games behind a paywall's bad.
Yeah, but thankfully they're altering the calendar, and it seems as though MLS is going to learn from this, but it's a shame. They've kind of wasted the Messi thing.
I agree. I mean, the Apple TV thing was a huge blunder, but the new stadium is Messi's legacy, and they've already set the opening date. It's April 4th.
The new stadium is no, it is not.
It's legacy's Messi.
No, in this town, perhaps.
Right.
The new stadium
That's
is
what I mean.
Messi's legacy.
Yeah, in this town.
But do you realize what the size of your career has to be for you to birth a stadium near the airport? That's very expensive real estate. Like, you've birthed the possibility of sports getting grand in your market while you were taking the best player in the world and renting him to Fort Lauderdale for a couple of years while telling people, no, we got $1 billion business down here. Wait, watch what we can make down here with the real estate. They've made it a success in Miami, and that might be his legacy in Miami. But doing what this man has done at this point in his career to grow the sport and having the business betray him behind a paywall because not everyone has known that it's happening, to see the best being the best behind a paywall, but then so many of your fans getting cut out by a line of, we can't keep paying for this.
Yeah.
Zaslow is out on Inter Miami early. Mike was in on Inter Miami early, and slowly they greeted him out, and he's still interested, but the business of it was like, this is no longer affordable to me. Miami is gouging me for Fort Lauderdale games at Miami prices.
Right. No, I can't disagree
But so
with
the
any of
fandom,
that.
so look at what surrounds Messi as he does the most amazing things behind a paywall at this age. He's denied the credit of being able to break into your American football Sunday because, hey, holy shit, Messi's over there and he's scoring the goals in a playoff game. Like, that's not a normal thing. What happened yesterday was one of the biggest international sports things that has ever happened in Miami.
That's one of the greatest postseason performances in Miami
And I
sports
couldn't see it.
history.
Well-
It's like we talk about LeBron Game 6. You talk about Sam Reinhart in back-to-back cup clinching games. What Messi did in the Eastern Conference semifinal is an all-time Miami sports postseason performance.
Yeah, but he has to do it 2 more times to get full
Okay,
credit.
but hold on before you do that, because yes, okay, do it 2 more times, fine. It couldn't even make its way into Saints Falcons in your living room, this thing that to you, as a lifelong sports writer, when I say it's lonely, it must have felt to you that the other half of your house has no respect for South Florida history.
Well, what it felt like to me is that my house at that moment was a microcosm of America, really, because I don't.
Don't. Dan's so full of shit.
I mean,
he was
What were
watching
you watching,
Tyler's
Dano?
show too. Don't let him do this.
Tyler Shuck?
He's trying to make this bigger than it is. Like, I understand. Look, it's the NFL. It's Inter Miami versus Cincinnati. Dan didn't watch a second of that game. Don't let him do it. He's doing the writer thing, wanting to frame it. Put me in the Barbie room. You don't like soccer. I get it. You're not an ally. Get out of here.
But the problem is that's indicative of America at large. The NFL is still way up here, and MLS, even with Lionel Messi, is down here.
Yeah.
Bigger than it used to be, but
It's
still
a shame. It's a shame that you have such a big game in the heart of a Eagles Cowboys.
Right.
But that's the Eastern Conference semi.
What a comeback.
They'll play in the Eastern Conference final. Hopefully after that they'll play in an MLS Cup. And every casual fan understands that Messi has to win the MLS trophy. So
Right.
he's a couple of games away from doing that
Yes.
right now, and he's playing his best football on the business end of the season.
Right, especially after what happened, the flame out early in the playoffs last year. But you know my wife, she loves sports. She knows sports. She could not name who they were playing yesterday. Like, she had no idea Inter Miami was in the playoffs. She had no idea where they were playing, whether it was home or away. And I think
Was it
that's
home or away?
That's indicative of MLS, even with Messi. Imagine without him, still has to make inroads that it hasn't made yet into the American sports consciousness at large.
Greg Cody has at his disposal, he is against metrics. He has told you a number of different times, we give you way too much information in sports. Don't tell me how many miles per hour this leaves the ballpark. Don't tell me the pace of speed
Crazy.
that the Miami Heat are playing in or how many miles they run.
Yeah, how many miles? That's my favorite. He ran 3.8 miles.
Okay,
in
but
this game.
this is the highest tempo team that there is in the sport. They're going to play faster than everyone else. And Norman Powell is putting up like Giannis Antetokounmpo numbers
Yeah.
in terms of efficiencies.
MVP.
But so you have come with a metric of your own to give the Miami Heat.
Yeah.
What is this statistic you have conjured?
Everything has an acronym now. I'm going to be the first to admit I want to get out front of this.
Go on.
This does not flow mellifluously off the tongue. The acronym is TYDWTPITFR. And what that means is team you don't want to play in the first round. Okay, that's what that acronym stands for. Because here's what the Heat are. And I'm not going to be the one just to make a headline.
What's the acronym again?
TYDWTPITFR, team you don't want to play in the first round.
I feel like I'm back in the BCS.
And I'm not going to be the guy trying to make a headline by saying, you know what, nobody's talking about it, but the Heat have a chance to win the championship. I'm not that guy. I am a guy saying they're going to finish in the top four. They're going to have home court in the first round, and you don't want to be the team that plays that.
When you say it with that voice, that
changes things.
Wait a minute, right?
That changes things. Because when he said top four, I was like, I don't know about that. But then he said the voice, and I was like, okay,
when you
talk to me.
say it in a more threatening way, because I do believe the Heat are now that. I believe it's not too small a sample when you win at Philadelphia, when
Yes.
you're winning
Kick their ass.
that way at Chicago.
It's impressive.
Look, Maxi's scoring 33 a game. If we're going to speed the whole thing up, okay? If we're going to speed the whole thing up, and all of a sudden the Heat are going to have a young 20-year-old who's going to do all the rebounding in where?
He was a plus 26 yesterday.
Yeah,
He's incredible.
But so if he's going to grow that fast in front of us to being a rebounding monster,
Wemby Jr.
and on the perimeter you have a point guard whose assist-to-turnover ratio is only going to get better with the speed. They're the fastest team in the sport, so they're playing the most fun. They ran Chicago off the court. And so what you're saying is now in play. Like, you got to say it with that voice, though. You got to say the initials. Like, you do not want to see this team in the first round. None of you. None of you do.
I don't like
Nobody.
you saying it. I want the voice.
Yeah.
Listen, it's TYDWTPITFR. Team you don't want to play in the first round. The Miami Heat, running like jackrabbits, they're going to be a top 4 seed. They're going to have home court. This team has never scored like this. During the LeBron era, they weren't putting up 140-point games like this regularly. This is an exciting team. If you grew up watching the Heat and you're still looking at those 90s games against the Knicks, where two teams are playing in the mud, throwing elbows, and the final score was 86-78. This is the opposite of that. This is the exciting jet age Miami Heat. It's exciting. I give Riley and Spoelstra all the credit in the world for flipping the whole script on how you envision Miami Heat basketball. This has been a fantastic season.
Greg's absolutely right. We're running around at the Jackrabbits pace and running around in the Jet era. You know, the Miami Heat really are one of those teams you don't want to see in the first round.
He's a Beatle.
Yes, I'm George Harrison. I'm from the Beatles. And, Kalo Ware dominating last night on the glass.
Taser him.
All you need is love, am I right?
Stop talking.
This is going to be a long day if that's the bit.
Love.
Greg is legitimately excited today. He's legitimately excited today because the soccer team locally is exciting and the basketball team is clearly good. Like maybe they get hurt. I don't know. Maybe Tyler Hero throws something off and all of a sudden people are complaining, or this is what it's going to be. They're going after the top of the conference with speed. They're going to try and play basketball faster than you and think their bodies can hold up.
Look at the top 3 of the East. Detroit, or top 4. Detroit, Toronto, mix in Cleveland, Miami. Detroit and Toronto, 1 and 2.
You're not worried about Hero screwing this all up?
What's the screw up? This is the perfect.
What's the screw up?
Yeah, this is the perfect.
You just said the standings.
This is the perfect style of play.
If he's
for
bought
Hero.
in those as. If he's bought in, right? If he doesn't
Why
want to be the
wouldn't
ball
he
dominant.
be bought in?
Because
Why
he
wouldn't
thinks he's the guy walking in being like, I'm the all-star on this team. I'm the guy that is the engine of this offense. And now he's got to mix in with Norm Powell, who's probably the best Heat player we've ever seen through the first 14 games of the season.
I agree with that take. Norm Powell
he's
is the greatest Heat player we've ever seen.
For the first 15 games. You missed that.
For the first 15
Thank you.
games.
Okay.
Yes.
So there are only 2 players in the sport scoring more than 24 and shooting more than 46% from 2 and 3. It's this guy and Giannis. Giannis does it on 18 threes. He's made half of them. He can't keep it up. This dude's shooting better than Duncan Robinson, and he'll eat you up inside and out. Like he's.
Ooh,
There you go.
all right. Why am I worried about Tyler Hero screwing it up? Because over the last couple of years, I know he had a decent bubble, but Miami's gone on runs without Tyler Hero.
Okay, but you're
and it seems as though Miami plays better without Tyler Hero.
Okay, that's not the way you prefaced it, though. You prefaced it with the whole, I'm the all-star, this is my team, as if he's not team first guy, when his entire tenure with the Miami Heat has shown you he has absolutely been team first guy.
I guess my mistake there is I thought that was implied. Hanging over this whole Tyler Hero thing is the Heat seem to play better without him over the last couple
Tonight
seasons.
is the 3rd game in 4 days, and he's going to come back against the Dallas team that is in disarray, is broken, and this has the potential to start one of those dumb conversations around a team. Is the team better without its all-star? But the thing about the Heat is they're top 5 defensively when Bam plays. They will not be that with Tyler Hero. What they choked out Bulls. They said, Bulls, you want to play at that pace? Okay, we'll score the 140.
The part that's most confusing to me is what their starting group is going to wind up looking like. Because I don't know how Eric Spoelstra is going to handle that. I can only see it being that Davion Mitchell is going to move to the bench, which it's like, man, he's really good for them on the ball, and he never turns the ball over.
His assist-to-turnover rate is great.
It's the best in the league.
They're playing at a pace that doesn't make sense. Like, you can't bench that dude.
They're going to. Like, it's the only guy you could take out of the lineup for here. You can't take Wiggins out because, you can't have a 3.
You need size.
Yeah, you can't have Mitchell, Powell, and Hero.
Okay,
in
you're
your starting lineup.
highlighting real concerns with this Hero thing.
Well, I'm highlighting concerns as far as what the group is going to be out there together.
Mm-hmm.
I think the other thing, too, is this offense is so fast-paced that you need to be able to have the minutes spread out. So maybe a guy isn't playing 40 minutes a game, but you've got a couple guys playing 30, a couple guys playing 20-something. Like, I think that's where that rotation ends up being.
But guys, if you consider the science of this, like the science of it, on what the Heat endured in an offseason where get the guy, get Durant, get the guy. If what you're trying to do is that you've already figured out in the science of this, this speed is busting everybody in this sport, every physical body in the sport, except OKC because they're really young, but that might happen to Holmgren. It seems like a lot to put on the joints and the ligaments and stuff. They'll go 10 deep. Bam was out, and they survived it. Hero was out, and they've survived it because they can go 10 deep at this pace. Like it's not 6 or 7 players anymore. It's like, you want to play 10? All right, here are our 10, and we've got some young ones now. Like that's future of the sport stuff, how you compete at the top of the Eastern Conference as the Knicks break because Brunson breaks down. You wait for the Pistons. Is Cade Cunningham, is he going to hold up under all of that? They're good. They're clearly good.
Very good.
Giannis is out again because is his body going to hold up? That's interesting to go into the playoffs in a new NBA where everyone's hurt and say our science will be better than yours. We'll go 11 deep.
Well, the depth is crazy. If you look at the box score now, just about every game, they have 8 or 9 players playing 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And that's what you want to trust Eric Spoelstra with, right? That kind of depth spread out to increase that kind of pace of play, to maintain that kind of pace of play, is exactly the formula. And I don't know about 10 or 11, but when Hero comes back, they absolutely have 9 players that they want to give minutes to. And that's a luxury.
You can't in today's NBA, if I don't make it about the uniforms or the names or the All-Stars or the credentials, in today's NBA, Zaz, if I tell you you're playing at the fastest rate of speed in the league and your point guard has the best assist-turnover ratio, he doesn't turn the ball over, and he's a great defender on the perimeter, you don't want to bench that.
And overall, they're one of the best teams in the league. I mean, they're top 4 defensive rating.
Well, and if we're trying to figure out the starting lineup, Greg's absolutely right. The team's really deep. We can move Pelle Lawson to the bench, although he's been a great connector like Ringo Starr was for us with the Beatles.
All right, warming up to it. As long as it's that efficient.
You think he's right, Greg, or what?
Yeah, I do. I think Ringo was the unspoken Beatle, the one everybody ignored.
No, about the basketball point.
I'm George.
Yeah, he's George.
Yeah, no, I wanted to substantiate what George was saying about Ringo's place in the Beatles. But Pelle Lawson, I mean, he's. I don't think he's more than 6th or 7th on the depth chart under any math.
Do you believe that story they told last night on the broadcast about Pelle Lawson and Dan Marley?
I don't watch the broadcast.
Was I the only one who thought that was a little, a little too coincidental?
For those that didn't watch, why don't you let them know what happened?
Yeah. Like
so Pelle Larson's father, apparently, his favorite player was Dan Marley.
Thunder.
Hard to
for
believe.
all those years. Well, no, that's not necessarily hard to believe. But then Pelle Larson gets to the NBA, gets the Heat, and the father and Pelle Larson realize, wow, you're wearing number 9. That was also Dan Marley's number. And it's like this big coincidence. I don't know. I found it a little hard to believe.
So wait, are you calling the Heat fishy? You're calling them a propaganda program? You calling Jason Jackson and his friends somebody that makes up stuff in order to get ratings?
It's a little coincidental.
What are you saying there? Are you saying they're putting this? What is the accusation you're making?
I'm saying it's a great story.
You're a journalist now. Hold on a second. Let me see here. If you're going to do this, do it correctly. You're a journalist now.
Time to throw away all journalistic credibility and get reckless. Here is something we like to call reckless speculation.
I'm good. I'm just saying it's a great story, all right? I mean, if Pelle Larson's father's favorite player is Dan Marley, A, he doesn't know his favorite player's number, and B, it's a huge coincidence that he then realizes, oh, wow, my son is wearing the same number as my favorite
You're saying
player.
it's a made-up story. Is what you're accusing the Heat of propaganda of fake news.
And by the way, my son plays a lot similar to my favorite player.
So that's what you're doing.
My favorite part of that whole story is you saying that they're telling that story to boost ratings, as if the ratings are skyrocketing by a Pelle Larson, Dan Marley anecdote.
Well, if it's a lie, if it's a fabrication, if it's being accused by Zaslow of being a little too conveniently syrupy.
It's a good story.
Like, come on. He's saying it's a good story, but he's accusing them of not being true. Like,
of propaganda?
Be clear about what you're saying, Zaslow. Make it with your chest if you're going to make that accusation.
That guy wears number 23. My favorite player was Michael Jordan. Can you believe my son wears the same number? Oh, my God. It's a good story.
The University of Miami this weekend, Buzz saw it on the road. Virginia Tech won easily 34-17, and it's just total chaos in college football. You can't tell who's good. Ohio State hasn't played anybody. You saw what happened to Texas A&M. We all think Indiana's good, but anybody can win, and Miami's got a team that can play with anybody. Everybody can see that much, and so the question of whether or not they will be denied the playoffs, because some things had to happen this week and did happen for them, and they're in a good position if they beat Pittsburgh.
Had to happen to them for them in the ACC, but the top 10 in the AP had its most dominant week in several years. Utah even survived, though I think enough happened this weekend for Miami to leap over Utah, because Utah's resume compared to Miami is so flimsy. It looks like SMU should enter the rankings again, and Pitt should probably re-enter the rankings as well. That gives Miami an opportunity to play a ranked team. But if you watch the broadcast, and I know a lot of people had a problem with it, it wasn't a compelling Saturday. Miami, the framing of this narrative, I saw it on ESPN. Miami survives a scare. And when that game was never in doubt. They never dipped below 92% win probability in the entire game. A bunch of funny things happened in that game. Bad replays, bad first down calls, improbable plays being made by Virginia Tech that prevented that game from...
Was there cheating?
Oh, it was the ACC refs. You know there was cheating. But it was pretty bad both ways. That was a really bad crew. But Miami probably had the most compelling game in that window, and it fed this narrative. Bob Wischusen, who's been called Chucklefuck on social media.
Oh, no, they hit Bob with the Chucklefuck?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Bob's a South Florida legend.
It's our guy.
They called Bob Wischusen Chucklefuck.
Oh,
He and Lou
no.
Riddick just kept – it was a horrible way to watch a game, because the entire time is – at any point in my lifetime, Miami performing that well in Blacksburg is a hell of a performance. But this thing was framed from the jump that Miami has to win this game by 40. And then Lou Riddick after the game's like, head-to-head is all that matters. Well, it would have been nice to hear that on the broadcast. It would have been nice to frame that narrative during the broadcast. But instead, I'm out here feeling like a failure because Miami isn't winning this game by 50 points. It's bullshit. And the fact that Miami is directly compared to Notre Dame outside of all the other teams is bullshit if you're not going to take what happened on the field as a primary metric. We are losing touch with our great traditional American football values here. What happens on the field matters. They don't just pass the eye test, as Miami is playing their most dominant football with the hottest quarterback in the nation in November. They pass the field test, Greg Cody.
And Mario Cristobal said exactly that in his post game. He tried to couch it a little bit, but he basically said everybody talks about the eye test. What about the field test? And he didn't bring up the head-to-head win over Notre Dame, but it's out there for everybody to see, except apparently the college football playoff voters.
Guys, this is a culture war. What is happening right now with the computers having so much say and all these acronyms and having a group of 5 team inexplicably join this playoff, let me tell you something. Group of 5? It's DEI. It's DEI. Let's call it for what it is. Call it for what it is. This is absolutely a culture war happening right now. When computers are trying to tell you that Notre Dame is better, who's Notre Dame beaten? Notre Dame's best win is against a stinky USC team. That's Notre Dame's best win. Wow, they look so dominant since they lost to Texas A&M. They're playing garbage.
70-7 against Syracuse.
They're playing garbage.
I will say, though, I tuned into that Miami game late in the fourth quarter. Only up 10. I did say to myself, I'm like, ooh.
You didn't have to say to yourself.
Just for the
Chucklefuck was telling you what to think.
Just for the optics, I was like, I feel like they needed to.
Yes,
and then
which is bullshit.
Mike,
they beat
Mike.
Notre Dame.
All right,
Stop with the computers.
Mike.
The computers only matter. This is an assault on the fiber of America. This is not good. Are you seeing this? You should be scared. And your children should be scared too.
Minor penalty, 2 minutes. Personal foul. Personal and foul.
Wow. He's going to take this one on the chin. It's time to fight.
Mike, Virginia Tech was able to run the ball against Miami. And
Big time.
Almost 200 yards.
And that
Don't
was,
do the thing where you kick me out and I can't defend this. You're part of the enemy.
You're out.
The time to
no,
fight
I
is
don't.
now.
You're out. You have to leave the room and you have to go away for a minute and gather yourself, because
My guy was spitting.
I want to talk about the actual game, whether Pringle is better for what they do than Fletcher.
Can we whisper while Mike's out of the room for a second? The way he's acting about all this is kind of making me want Miami to bubble. Wow. I kind of want them to come in 13th.
And they're headed there.
Just to see Mike lose his mind.
You want them to be first team out.
Monitors out there, pal.
They are headed there.
Pick a side.
No, stay strong, guys.
I think it's best for
Guys,
content
stay
if
strong,
we just bubble,
stay
if they
strong.
become the face of the bubble.
No. We can't. We're 3 weeks into this. Miami is doing their part. They needed to see more consistency. You can't get more consistent than this. Guys, this is bad. You should be scared.
They didn't cover at
Only up 10.
Hottest QB in the country, by the way.
Cover the opening line. All you talk about is the opening line against SMU.
Bad
Now we
Virginia
care about
Tech
closing
team.
lines?
Bad Virginia Tech
They
team.
were,
They covered the initial line.
when you're favored by 17.5, you can't win by 17, Mike.
But Mike said it best. The press box has changed. I mean, seriously, get over yourself. We're going to talk during the post game. Tim Reynolds, enough. I mean, enough.
I mean,
seriously.
you just got to know when
You're
the
not
Dan
allowed to cheer in the press box. Did you know that?
Well,
That's
I
a
did.
cardinal
They were cheering
rule
for
in
Will
baseball.
Manso. I think that's allowed.
And Goldie.
If the Dan Le Batard Show comes to a hockey press box, hilarity is going to ensue.
Yeah.
They're going to yell at Will Manso for 7 minutes, and you're probably going to have to go to a
7
stairwell to
seconds.
write, man. It's
If it was 7 minutes, I'd get it.
It
was
is what
7
it is.
seconds.
Exactly. I mean, David, everyone else was saying hi. They were enjoying the show. They were laughing at us. But one guy is still clutching on to his newspaper deadline.
I'm a little
and it's
disappointed.
Tim Reynolds.
And is he your demographics, too?
I don't know.
I happen to like Tim a lot, and
Enough of him.
I imagine this was going to be like E.J. Raddick or something, but that's just a bad look for Tim Reynolds.
Listen,
Yeah,
I went
I
up
do
to him
appreciate
afterwards.
This was the best part. Stugotz
Yes.
is like, I've known Tim for years. I'm going to go fix this. He walked to Tim and walked right back very quickly.
Yep.
It was a very quick interaction.
Well, he was writing. Okay?
He's on deadline. It's
Enough of the deadline.
It's a
We're
work.
on deadline,
don't
too.
defend
We're
him.
on deadline. I
Don't
gotta get
defend
home.
him.
I feel like playoff hockey. I got to get home. I mean,
Yeah, we're on deadline too. We got to get that post game out.
It is a working press box. Tim Reynolds is a journalist who's trying to write, and Stugotz is back there. Hey, Will Manso!
that was Chris and Goldie. Don't leave out Goldie.
We're on deadline too. They're going to kick us out of that press box a lot sooner than they'll kick out Tim Reynolds, who's just typing away. That's just
Those writers had their game stories done before the end of the game.
precisely.
Yeah, a good writer, right?
Oh,
What happened there? I apologize to him. I've known Tim for decades. I mean, Cody was done. He was out of there. I mean,
What was that interaction like, Stugotz? Take us behind the scenes. You walk up to him, you say what, he says what.
I said, Tim, I apologize. That's on me. I should know better. Not Chris, okay? I should know better. I've been in press boxes before. I know you have a deadline. I apologize. And he said, that's fine. Just, try to keep it down.
That is way too long.
That was
Way
much
too
longer
long.
than the actual
He's on
conversation.
deadline.
I always extend it a little bit. I mean, you guys
Can we
know that.
call Tim Reynolds and just ask him about what the
Don't,
interaction was
no,
like?
no.
Greg Cody's back in my day. Seeds.
Seeds. Seeds. Had a slice of watermelon lately? Popped a few grapes in your maw? Then you probably notice seeds are disappearing from fruit. And you probably see this as a good thing just because it makes life a little easier. We love us some convenience. In fact, it's a terrible thing, the de-seeding of us. Symbolically alone, the seed is the king of life. Adam gave his to Eve, and here we are, if you believe the story. If they take the seed out of humans the way we have watermelons, we're all dead ducks. Beans, peas, rice, coffee, corn, all seeds. Flour and oil started as seeds. All hail seeds. So what the hell is happening? In exchange for convenience, we are not valuing the seed's impact on health, biodiversity, and our food system. The genetic variability of most plants require seeds as essential to their evolution. De-seeded, artificially homogenized fruits rely on human intervention in the reproductive process, exposing the fruits to many pathogens. Plainly put, seedless fruits are not as good for you. They contain less fiber and have fewer minerals and vitamins than their seeded natural brethren. Seedless fruits also have fewer antioxidants, plant-based nutrients, and anti-inflammatory properties. But enough about this science. Bring back seeds because seeds are fun. Not to mention aesthetically and visually pleasing. Kids growing up today have sliced open a watermelon, have never sliced open a watermelon, and experienced the joy of seeing that juicy red flesh dotted with embedded black seeds. Nellie Doogie used to tell us if we swallowed a watermelon seed, a big melon would grow on our belly. It wasn't true. But as kids would make a competition out of seed spitting. You extracted the big seeds from the melon flesh. Tongue only, never fingers or a utensil, and you'd see who could project a seed the farthest. Every summer we did that. This was before video games, kids. Made our own games and toys. Flew a kite, kicked a can, spit a seed. Grapes were the real challenge because the seeds were so much smaller. We'd both pop a grape in our mouth, tongue moving, jaws in action, and whoever could spit out 3 seeds onto the table the fastest won. To this day, I carve real pumpkins and eschew the free fab foam and plastic fakes, mainly for the treasure trove of seeds inside. Hundreds and hundreds of them waiting to be scraped out, cleaned, and roasted in the oven to become delicious natural snacks. Respect, worship, and bring back the seeds. I need a t-shirt that says convenience is overrated. Insist to your local grocer that you'll take your watermelon seeded, please, and the grapes too. I'm Greg Cody, and that's how it was back in my day.
Journalism is dead.
But journalism, as we know it, as you know it, what you wanted to do when you were a little kid, okay, it has changed. It has. It's changed, okay? You're not wrong. Stephen A. Smith is not wrong. You have to adapt sometimes, okay? Because the game has changed. Your priorities have shifted. No one cares how someone goes and gets the news that they get as long as the news is accurate, as long as it's coming from a credible place. If it's Woj, if it's Adam Schefter, if it's you, if it's Diana Rossini, if it's Shams, nobody cares. You might care. Greg Cody might care. Stephen A. Smith might care. But you know what? You all sold out. Every single one of you, okay? Stephen A. Smith jumped inside the circus tent. I don't blame him. Why'd he do it? Because he had to do it. Because the game has changed. You jumped inside.
Have you seen this? They want you to guess when you're buying NFL tickets. No. That's wrong. It's not freedom.
I don't like that.
You have to take the guesswork out of buying NFL tickets. Yeah. That's why you download the Game Time app. Yes. You create an account, and you use code DAN for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Swipe. Tap. Ticket. Go.
I love the visual image of Greg Cody and a home he's lived for 30 years, trying not to be lonely amid a family that's just eating up the red zone in the 4 o'clock hour, even if they're bad games, just because here come the Cowboys. Oh, is George Pickens? Oh, he's their number one now. It's not CeeDee Lamb anymore. And, we're going to get to watch CeeDee Lamb get mad at Dak Prescott.
Get mad for dropping the ball because the ball was in your hands and all of a sudden you dropped it. You went like this and made an O and the ball went right through like a tire on a swing? Please, CeeDee Lamb.
George Pickens has taken over that team. He seemed like he'd be useful in Pittsburgh. It seems like he's pretty good at wide receiver. But the show's moving a little bit fast for me, and the weekend is as well. Like Tom Brady said, what?
I
mean, the wild headline.
If you were locked in on that Cowboys and Eagles game like I was, bad luck.
But you have to ask yourself, why can they say it?
The Colts and Chiefs game is Mahomes rescuing his season. It is getting us ready to gallop through December and the holidays on, that team still needs to be feared. You had them this close to dead. Daniel Jones, all you got to do is not be Daniel Jones in a fourth quarter and overtime where the Chiefs are going for 300 yards and the Colts, best offense in the league, you're getting 18 on the road in the cold. 18 yards, not 18 points. Daniel Jones, that's why they don't trust you. That's why in any game going forward in the future, future. If the Chiefs are in it against the Colts, the Chiefs will be the betting favorite by 3.5 or more because everyone kind of knows, if it's going to be just bootlegs and tight ends and we're hiding Daniel Jones and we're not going to throw the ball down the field, and they didn't try that at all, the Chiefs are going to gobble you up on offense in December when it gets a little colder and we have to play outdoors. But they won't if they have to go through the Colts.
Have you seen this? The Colts and the Chiefs played a football game. Now, the Colts' record might be better, perceived by many to be better. But then the two teams played, and then the Chiefs won. That makes the Chiefs better. You understand what I'm saying?
Head-to-head, man.
What's happening in college football should scare you. It should scare your family and your kids.
Are you wearing eyeliner?
It's not important. What's important is what happens on the field is supposed to matter. Invoking acronyms like SOS, SRS, SAG, FOH, DEI. That's what I like to say. Get away from the group of five. What happens on the field matters. What is happening in college football, hate to say it, is woke. That's right. And it's gay.
Oh, you didn't just do that.
Analytics want gay everything. I'm sorry.
You didn't just do that.
That's what they're doing.
You didn't escalate that quickly to
We're not. Transitive property used to matter. If Miami beat Notre Dame, that's a trans issue that people should be paying attention to and not ignoring.
Really? With George Harrison there, really? That's how you're going to do this?
I ran this by Jeremy because he is woke.
The Alphabet Mafia.
This guy gets it, dude. I like this guy.
Seriously, though, we can't allow this to happen. Two teams played.
Please stop, Mike. Please stop infecting.
Ask yourself.
I can't do this for a month.
Ask yourself.
I can't.
If two teams played and one team won and they have the same record, does that not
the
make
Colts
them better?
played the
It
Chiefs
used to,
yesterday,
at least in this country.
The Chiefs, the Chiefs announced, it was funny to watch it come down to this kind of cold math. If the Chiefs win this game, they're going to make the playoffs by probabilities, and if they lose this game and they're down 20-9 in fourth quarter, it looks like they're kind of done. You might want to bury this team right now. You might want to finish them right now because we see how hurt the Patriots are, how injured the Patriots are. The wheels are going to fall off of that thing before it gets to the finish line.
Yeah.
So now what are you going to do if Mahomes is coming for you as Romo is galloping through November with, here comes playoff Mahomes. Here comes, he's warning you. He was warning you on those fourth quarter drives, and then the Chiefs and the Colts. Colts best offense in the league, Zaslow. The Chiefs go for 300 yards in the fourth quarter and beyond in overtime, and the Colts, it's punt, 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 punt.
There's still multiple teams between Kansas City and the playoff spots. They're only a game back, yes, but there's two other teams they would have to jump before they even get to the final playoff
The point
spot.
is he saved their season. The point is the playoffs started yesterday for the Chiefs.
Well, so what does that mean? They have to win the rest of their games?
It's
They're not
just-
going
They
to.
got to win more games than they lose, especially in the AFC.
No, they'll have to be a lot better than winning more games.
You
than they lose the rest
you
of the
guys
way.
made, this is what happened. You guys made the game at Denver must win, and then it wasn't must win. You made the Colts must win, and now they're back in the game. We understand it's a flawed team. They can't run the ball. You're going to need that in December. You can't keep asking Mahomes to do everything. That's the first one-score game they've won this season.
I'm just saying they probably have to go 5-1 the rest of the way to make the playoffs. And if they do that, it's playing every game on the road. in the playoffs.
That's not the point. Look, that's nice. We can talk about all that, and we'll spend the weeks and the holidays discussing that, probabilities, whatnot. Mahomes saved their season. The Chiefs have been at 9 straight of these the AFC Conference Championship games. It's 9 straight.
But have you seen this? The EPA tells you Indianapolis is better, but your eyes told you different. That game happened. It should matter to you and your family because this is woke and gay.
You did this already.
Did you get that, Dan?
I'm not going to be able to allow him to keep doing this. You're going to have to go. You're going to have to go again, Mike. I'm sorry. I don't even know what to accuse you of here. Except, let me see here.
Have you seen this? They're penalizing
Minor
you
penalty,
for
2 minutes.
being right.
Accidental racism.
Talk about the left.
You're carrying out this woke agenda. You can't get more woke than saying one team is better when they lost a head-to-head matchup. This should scare you.
You have
it should
to leave.
Scare everybody.
You have to leave. You and your eyeliner. You have to go. You're gonna have to go. You have to get out of here.
He's
now.
not wearing eyeliner.
I'm not. I have some Egyptian roots.
Get out of here. You have to, of the football yesterday, okay? It was funny to see the Browns have their first 50-yard pass in 15 games.
Isaiah Bond, Dan, that's who it was running down the sideline number
exciting.
16.
The Raiders exist just for everyone else to get better. Chip Kelly is fired in the middle of the night, highest paid offensive coordinator, because the Raiders are truly terrible, so terrible that Shedeur Sanders, who can't play quarterback, just won a road game by double digits because the Raiders stink.
Raiders have such good offensive players. Chip Kelly couldn't do anything with these guys.
Chip Kelly sucks.
Okay,
sucks.
But fired also. Chip Kelly fired highest paid offensive coordinator in the league. Put that over there. Also put over there just Jameis Winston football. All of it, right? Catching a pass, stiff arm.
That was awesome.
And 3rd and 17, like breaking a tackle on a sack, and it was just all Jameis. And then at the end, of course, they're going to lose because we all knew they were going to lose.
Come on, we're so close. We had them.
Everyone knew that's how that was going to Tell me that we didn't know.
The trick or treat, Dan, you knew it.
No, but more to the point, though, you're like doing the math in the fourth quarter of 13. Really, you're gonna let the Lions beat you with 7. You're gonna let the
Going to kick a field goal here. Okay.
Look, a couple of things yesterday. Weird. You tell me if it's not weird. Have you guys gotten used to this yet? The Cowboys-Eagles game is 21-21. There's 3.5 minutes left. It's 4th and goal, and the Cowboys aren't kicking the field goal. They're going for 7 with 3.5 minutes left in the game when the Eagles haven't done anything offensively in the last 3 quarters.
Mike McDaniel's strategy.
Are you guys yet used to this? The new normal in football where they're treating 7's worth more than 3.
4 points.
7, and I'm going to keep going for 7, even if the math doesn't make sense to you, because 3.5 minutes left in a game. Schottenheimer's kid. It's like old school Schottenheimer's kid is saying, no, we go for it on 4th and short at the goal line because touchdowns are worth more than field goals.
Dumb.
And when you're this close, that's what we do in this sport now.
It didn't only happen in the Cowboys and Eagles games. If you go to the 1 o'clock slate, the Patriots and the Bengals game, the Pats had 2. Basically, they had 8 downs at like the 2-yard line, ran a bunch of stuff into the offensive line. They got a penalty, got a new first down, and then went 4th and down, went out on downs over there too. So it was like they just went for it, no kicking field goals, just try to get a touchdown.
To me, though, the story of the day is Colts, Chiefs, can you wrestle it away from them? And to me, the stat pull away from that game for me, and we are understanding that the Chiefs dominated that game, right, and then took over the story of that game at the end. But Daniel Jones not able to throw the ball more than 20 yards all game when that offense had been in the red zone 26 times this season and scored 22 touchdowns. You were here to prove to me that you're what the Chiefs offense used to be. Roll through half a season being the best thing in the league. Nobody can touch you 30, but it's going to be required of you, Jones. Can you do it with bootlegs and scheming? Can you do it with tight ends? Or can you do it down the field, outdoors, later in the season when we trust you won't become Daniel Jones again, right? Like that's the story being told yesterday is that King Kong is on the cusp of you can push all of this off the mountain if none of you want to see it in the playoffs as the Patriots physically fall apart. Nobody wants to see this thing. Nobody wants to see Patrick Mahomes alive and swinging in the playoffs.
I think the story of the season so far in the NFL, and it's been an intriguing season, is that Patrick Mahomes and that KC defense make the Chiefs as good as just about any team in the league other than the LA Rams. For me, the Rams are the most all-round best team.
That's not what the Bills have to win in this conference. The Rams are somewhere else. Look, we're in agreement that whatever comes – I think we're in agreement on this, right? Whatever comes out of the AFC is going to be flawed. Like
yes.
Whatever the thing is, and if you're going to make all of them flawed, the Chiefs are going to be the most the most feared flawed thing.
Yes.
But
correct.
the Rams are a buzzsaw. And the Seahawks are great, too. And the Eagles can beat anybody except that weird short-circuiting that just happened to them yesterday because football's funny.
And Detroit right now is not even a playoff team in the NFC.
Well, and Detroit showed you nothing beating the Giants and Jameis that way because of the silliness of that game. The Giants also did. So you guys saw that Malik Neighbors is questioning the Giants. Look at this, man, in your football Sunday. While Cody's trying to get Messi off the ground, The headlines are rolling in. Malik Neighbors questioning that the Giants are losing on purpose. That is fundamentally useless. The worst thing that a player who is not playing can do to your team on a day off, say the games are rigged. Like, this is not helpful in any way.
How does he think that that's okay to put that out there?
This thing is crazy. What am I missing that Malik Neighbors would think so little of his organization that he would say, I think we're rigging games on purpose to lose them by way of analysis of how the Giants lost, because this is how it is with Jameis. He'll make you crazy.
Like, who was the first person to call Malik Neighbors and tell him to take it down? Was it the PR guy? Was it his agent? Did he just say, oh, wow, that was unbelievably stupid. I'll just take it down myself?
Nah, it wasn't a self thing. It was a call.
But what is that? How is the judgment that bad?
So bad.
Also, was he not around last year when they were losing on purpose too? Like, he didn't see that?
Okay, but
he's right. Malik Neighbors was right in one thing he wrote there. It was the line, you don't kick a field goal with 5 question marks. You kick a field goal there. Mike McDaniels was wrong last week, and they're wrong this week for not doing that.
Guys, can you come?
He wasn't wrong last week, though.
Can we? He wasn't wrong last week.
Yeah, he was.
No,
not by
lucky.
percentages.
No, he wasn't.
No, I don't care about percentages.
Greg?
I don't care about percentages.
Greg.
I want logic.
Right.
Logic
Have you seen
overrides
this?
data sometimes.
Have you seen this? Are you aware? Greg's the only one making sense.
Thank you.
You're all citing charts, numbers, and graphs. What he's talking about is what he's seeing on the field.
Zagaki.
That should matter. And if it doesn't matter, we've lost all hope.
I know math is bad for an audio Monday, but Greg, the decision that McDaniel made in Madrid gave them a 3.5% better chance of win probability. That makes it the correct mathematical decision if you're always playing probabilities as the odds.
Use your gut, okay? And you got a gut. Use your gut, okay? Don't be a slave to numbers. When you're tied going into the last 2 minutes of the game, you kick a field goal, and then you trust your defense.
I'm hearing this. Are you hearing this? Are you seeing this? Numbers are bad. Numbers get in the way. Numbers are woke and gay.
Greg, the thing that you're doing that is the wrong thing to do here is I want, if someone is winning on my behalf in any industry, for that person to have the best probabilities of winning in wherever the margins are for winning. So if they're going to reject the math of I had a 3.5% better chance than this, but I went with my gut, I accept the explanation, but I want the person who will choose the best mathematical path because it's the most prudent route.
But if you're going by mathematics and analytics and all that stuff, you don't even need a person. You need AI to coach you, and I don't mean Allen Iverson. Anyone can look at a computer and look at those algorithms and what have you and say what you said. It's not the truth. Okay?
I hope your eyes are open.
You got to use the human touch.
Greg is making all the sense.
The field test.
You want to invoke numbers in computers. They're coming for your job. That should scare you and your family. What matters is what happened on the field. Quality losses. That's a joke. How about quality wins in head-to-head matchups? It's woke, and it's bad, and gay.
Okay, again with this? Okay, you're going to do that again then. All right, so...
Minor penalty, 2 minutes. Tremenda, cagaçon.
You seeing this? They're trying to silence me. And it starts with me, then the Miami Hurricanes, and then you, and your family.
Minor penalty, 2 minutes. Dumpster juice take.
And gay.
Minor penalty, 2 minutes. Murdering the show with their bare hands in a dismemberment kit in cold blood.
I'm trying to talk math here with my stubborn friend, and I just want to invoke Zaslow and Tony on this because I think your son is also math averse. we're in a new normal now, right? Where the thing he's complaining, he's like 2 weeks behind on McDaniel did the wrong thing. No, he didn't. All these coaches are going to kind of, on 4th and goal, if they're inside the 5, they're going to go for 7 and not 3 anymore because they've realized, like they did in basketball, we're like, 3 points are worth more than 2. Or like they did in baseball, home runs are better than not home runs.
You're just going to keep shaking your head at that. Like, that's what it is.
They've all figured out 7 is worth more than 3. I'm going to go for 7 if I'm inside the 5. I don't care what the game situation is.
It's not even as much about that, although, yes, of course, you're right. It's that these kickers kick and make field goals from everywhere.
Yesterday, 59, 59, 61, as if it's normal. And 3 of them. Like, it's just, here we go, 59, 59, 61.
Easy, and it cleared the goalpost by like 6 yards.
Outdoors with wind at 59, 59, 61, and you're like, what the hell?
3-point lead, giving the ball up with 2 minutes left is nothing.
And then doing the kickoff, if they get it at like the 35, they have to go like 20 yards to get in the
You're
field
giving
goal
the ball up with less than 2 minutes left, and the other team has 0 timeouts.
Greg,
That's
just
a
under
factor.
2 minutes.
That's a factor.
But yet, look, Greg, I just love that we're already here for the boldness of Schottenheimer, okay, whose dad never would have done it this way. His dad was always losing in the playoffs with 14-2 teams because he would have never done it the way that his kid is doing it. The Cowboys are not as good as the Eagles. They traded Micah Parsons because they are not as good as the Eagles. They know they're not as good as the Eagles, but they're there late in the game. They're capable of winning, and George Pickens is going off. At the end of the game, it's 21-21. They've got the ball inside of 4 minutes. It's 4th and goal, and they fail to make it. But no one questions that they would go for it anymore. I don't feel like in today's NFL. We're not playing the way you did 4 weeks ago even, where they're all going to get more aggressive at this, and all of the offenses are going to be efficient enough when it's like, wait a minute. So we've got to get 10 yards on 4 downs, and we haven't been using this 4th one? Like 10 yards, when we can get 2 and 3 here, we've not been using this 4th one all season because we're afraid of doing it at our 40-yard line. Even in college sports, you're seeing like crazy. Everyone's going for it inside.
You see what FAU did?
Inside their own 20, inside their own 30.
FAU went for 4th and 1 in the 3rd quarter from their 10.
Good.
They scored a touchdown on the play.
Good, exactly right. And it actually goes back to
what?
That's actually impressive. I didn't see that. But it goes back to the Colts and Chiefs games. There was a play late, I want to say in the 3rd quarter or maybe early 4th quarter. Colts had a 3rd and 1, and they throw a 35-yard pass to Alec Pierce somewhere down there. 4th and 1 at like their 39 or 40, and then they punt the ball. It's like, it's 4th and 1. You got Daniel Jones. You got Jonathan Taylor, the best running back in the sport. You can't get 1 yard?
But guys, what happened yesterday, like to me, this part, if you were going to do just drama and stories, this part, the Colts went in with the best offense in the league. You told us you're what the Lions have been the last few years. You get the ball down the field. You make it look easy. You can churn out drives, scoring drives. 26 times in the red zone, 22 touchdowns. Even when it gets tight, 22 touchdowns in the red zone. Are you that team? Oh, no, not in Kansas City, not on the road, not when it counts in the 4th quarter. In the 4th quarter, you can put the champion, you can put him out. You can put your foot on the neck of the champion. We won 29 in your place. We did it your way, and we beat you your way at defense. And the Chiefs, 4th quarter on, go for 300 yards, and you go for 18. Like, in terms of what it takes to win a football season, honestly, it reminds me of, like, John Morant and what's going on with Klay Thompson, where Klay Thompson looks down from championship heaven and says, do you know what it takes to, like, win this? Like, how much you have to respect the weekly nature of things? The Colts had a chance to announce themselves to America yesterday. They had a chance in the 4th quarter, and they let playoff Mahomes be playoff Mahomes before the playoffs have started, because the playoffs have started for the Chiefs. Like the playoffs are here. They live for this time of year. They're here to see if the Colts have the stomach for this. Man, you think Chris Jones is going to be chasing everyone around on the goal line when Mariota's flopping around during the regular season? No, he's built for December and January. He knows what it takes to win championships. He'll try then. And occasionally in the 4th quarter when you really need him and he needs to wreck Daniel Jones.
And he throws the center 16 yards the other way and just goes and gets you. But the thing is, their identity is running the football. Jonathan Taylor had 16 carries for 56 yards, right? Like, the identity for the Colts is, yes, we're the team that's going to score 22 times of 26 times in the red zone, but you can't have your best player with 58 yards from scrimmage.
No, but here, this ignores something, okay? And I've told you before to listen to Mina Kimes and the data dump she's doing before games on Friday. But before the Bills and the Chiefs played, She said, this is what's going to happen here. Because the Chiefs are very bad at stopping the run up the middle and the Bills are very good at running between the tackles up the middle, that's how that game's going to go. The Bills will hold the ball all game, and then the game went exactly that way. The fact that the best offense in the league with the MVP, Jonathan Taylor, scored I don't know how many touchdowns the week before and every week. In December, Saquon Barkley time, when we need a running game and it can't be, it's 18 yards in the fourth quarter. Like, not when you're getting the 200 and whatever that you did against, who was that he did it 2 weeks before?
The Rams, I think he had like 250-something yards.
Was it the Rams? Jonathan Taylor is obviously great at football. The running back is disposable. We all know how the quarterback, how important he is.
You're thinking of the game against the Falcons in Berlin?
Yes. At deciding time yesterday, Daniel Jones had a chance to finish the Chiefs, to finish them. And he gave you 18 yards of total offense. Best offense in the league. That's not me telling a story. Those are the facts. Everyone saw that on television. Chiefs aren't usually in that 1 o'clock game. That's where the Colts have lived for a long time. The Chiefs are slumming by coming and saving their season on 1 o'clock football for you.
But it's complementary football that the Colts like to play, right? Their running game opens up the passing game with those bootlegs, with those play actions for Daniel Jones. And when you're not afraid of the run because you're stopping everything, stonewalling at the line of scrimmage, yeah, Ashton Doolin is going to break a 48-yard run. But like, you have Michael Pittman running out of nowhere. You have Alec Pierce. You have a guy named Ogletree who catches a touchdown. Like, they're built to run the ball and then play off of that. They just couldn't.
Where was Mo Alley Cox when you needed him?
You know what? Yes. 1 for 9.
There's too many suspicious good teams in this league right now.
Zaslow, what just happened?
I thought George was about to say something. I got confused. Like, did George blurt something out? And then I thought George was about to say something.
Zaz, hold on a second.
That's weird.
Zaz,
He's just staring at
Zaz,
I know.
Everyone's
I'm sorry.
No, just shut up, Zaz, okay? Zaz,
Minor penalty, 2 minutes for not listening to the show.
I don't care what you got going on with George. When the ball gets rotated to you, you're not allowed for it to hit you in the face because you're like, I don't know, I was talking to George. Did he say something to me? Like, get out. Get out.
If you guys want to hear about some football, we got Liverpool losing to Nottingham Forest 3-0 this weekend.
Oh, soccer, I get it.
Chris Cody, please tell me what just happened. You just saw. You and I were looking.
Scared.
You and I were looking at Zazo.
I threw the ball to him, Dan. I was like, what happened? He's open.
He looked like a frozen computer.
It looked like he wanted to talk. All of us saw it. Me, Tony, and Chris turned to Zaslow, and instead, he's doing a private show with that asshole George over there. Okay? This guy in the corner over here that has been distracting me all show. And Greg Cody went on a Ringo Starr side tangent because he got confused by this person in the corner.
Ringo, all you need is love.
That's right, Greg.
That's the same joke you made last time.
All you need is love, man.
So that's all you got?
Yes.
So that is your limited fake Beatles. That is your limited fake Ringo Starr, not George Harrison, right?
That's right. That's all I got.
What are you laughing about, buddy?
The day of football yesterday, okay, the week before, okay, Scott Hansen starts at 1 o'clock with, he's like, and last week in the 1 o'clock window, 7 games, the team trailing in the fourth quarter won. 5 of them on the last play. And here we go. Here's 7 more hours of Are You Ready to Get Crazy?
And you want me to go to the Barbie room and watch Messi and Suarez or whoever that is? Come on.
And all the games are close, even the meaningless ones. But in the 1 o'clock window, I believe the Chiefs took the storyline of the day because I believe this biggest story in this sport, and I'm kind of stunned I'm saying this, having seen 20 years of Brady, is the NFL, this champion is so large now that the biggest story every week is, did they win or did they lose? Like, you're going to tell me the regular season doesn't matter everywhere, but no, I'll know. You know when I'll know it doesn't matter? When you've eliminated them and I know that they will not be the ones playing in the final game. And you've offered me, that we've actually buzzsawed through Mahomes because this shit's hard. When I go back to I want to play some of this sound from Klay Thompson because I thought it was so interesting to hear him talk like your grandpa about today's kids because he actually knows what it takes and how hard it is to be a champion. So hard that Memphis got there for like 3 months, chirped an awful lot, and then cratered as a franchise, crushing their youngest player. And so Klay Thompson doesn't respect Ja Morant, doesn't respect whatever his generation is, doesn't respect that Ja Morant would throw away publicly. Like, it's unbelievable to see Klay Thompson behaving like your grandpa at the end of the Mavericks bench when he's not very good anymore, and he just doesn't respect Ja Morant in a way that's said so publicly after the game. So let's hear the sound here from Klay Thompson, and maybe we'll get an explanation from Zaslow on what the hell he was doing with George.
And if you didn't see, it was because at the end of the game, Klay took a final shot, the Mavericks lose, and Ja, who wasn't playing in the game, is just kind of giving him the business.
With Ja, he's a funny guy. He has a lot to say all the time, especially for a guy who rarely takes accountability. But you know what? That's for another day.
What did Ja have to say on this occasion?
Nothing of intelligent, just running his mouth. And it's funny to run your mouth when you're on the bench. It's kind of the story of career so far, just leaving us wanting more. You know, we all want to see him out there and do his best, but letting a lot of other stuff get in the way of that. And we need that in the NBA. We need our best players to be out there. And when you're a star, it comes with a great responsibility. And I hate to see that go to waste.
You can any number of times wherever there is beef. And look, Shannon Sharpe was trying to fight Memphis. Memphis was it for a minute, and Ja Morant got carried away with whatever that was for a while. You rarely hear a champion of this man's credentials so clearly articulate, I don't respect you. And those are the words that cut the most. Like, oh, yeah, you got gifts. I've seen 1,000 guys who have gifts. Do you know what it takes to beat all of them for 10 years because we got to go get Kevin Durant and because Draymond's punching our teammates because he's a crazy person? Like, do you know what it takes?
Yeah, I think it was a pretty brutal takedown by Klay Thompson there. Like, because he said it really succinctly.
Matter of fact.
Yep, and while also getting the point across in a very strong way. And then, capping it off with, he doesn't take any accountability. He never does. Not a surprise. Look, I don't think there's a bigger loser move, and I think most NBA players would probably agree with it, than talking trash when you're in street clothes on the bench. And then add to it, you're talking trash when you're in street clothes on the bench in the midst of, your worst career season when you actually are playing.
Oh, and not just your worst career season when you're playing. Right now, Ja Morant, I dare say, is the poster child for this person doesn't care enough about all of his blessings, like in sports right now. Among superstars, look, this was face of the league 18 months ago. You were telling me Anthony Edwards and him were going to be the face of the league because, what grace to have a small guy who's sinewy, be more athletic than everybody. And then fame comes to him and all the nonsense comes to him. And now Klay Thompson, champion, pedigreed champion, looks down on you, remembers when you challenged them, a fly around an elephant's tail for 5 months. That's the most relevant you've been. When you sniffed where they were with greatness, for Klay to say, don't respect you. Don't respect you since back then. You guys don't understand what it takes. You've been chirping for years, and look, you've fallen on the neck. The only thing that stopped Ja Morant is whatever is the pressure of being Ja Morant amid being a child, amid the responsibilities of that franchise.
He never plays. He's in the middle of a career worst season, and his team sucks. And talking trash off the bench when you're in street clothes
to a champion
is sucker behavior.
Wow, sucker move?
Oh no,
sucker.
Ja Morant, suck of the day.
Sucker move. We can't do this. I'm not comfortable with how we do this.
Have you seen this?
We've got to be more
making
careful
excuses
again with
for
this.
the young man.
He's so bronze.
I understand that Memphis has blue leadership, but someone needs to go into that town and clean it up. This shouldn't be a role model. This is a villain, and we should talk about it that way.
Should he take the crown as the ultimate sucker until we find someone else to replace him?
Wow.
He's the show's
suck of the year?
Wow. Well, no, not the year because it could change, but I think Chris is onto something here.
I'm not comfortable with what you guys are doing, and I don't. I think we're getting too far.
I'm not comfortable with what you're doing.
I agree.
You're making this man a child. He's a grown man.
26.
In charge of his own decisions. At 26, I was married with 7 children.
I don't mind infantilizing Ja Morant given what his behaviors have been. They've been public.
Immature.
Let's infantilize him.
I don't think I'm the only one doing that.
How young are you making him? Is it 15 or is it 18? Is there a difference?
It's not grown up.
How big of a difference?
There's a big difference between 15 and 18.
Depends on which state you are. You could say that, but is it really?
How much makeup are you wearing? How much you're?
What do you mean?
He's got a good tan, dude.
Look, this is all I'm saying to you. Okay, when we talk about the AFC and whatever the weaknesses of the AFC is, Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes are doing this to the Patriots. The way they're broken and saying, "Yeah, Hunter Henry, 7 catches for 110. You think that's how you're going to beat us in the playoffs? Let's go,
Douglas.
Let's play that game wherever it is you want to play it. If you're going,
there's Mac Hollins,
man." That's where we are with this sport right now, right? It's everyone's playing exciting, interesting, close games, and everyone's just looking at the Chiefs and Eagles from every angle.
I think part of the issue is that a lot of the teams with good records are obviously not good teams. Nobody's really scared of New England.
The Bears. I think the Bears are a good team. I don't think. I don't. No.
Sneaky. They're sneaky good.
Really? You think so?
I think they're sneaky good. I don't think they're going to do anything. I think they're sneaky good for right now. For first year of Ben Johnson, if I told you the Bears were going to be 8-3 and the Lions were going to be 7-4, I'd be like, okay, sneaky.
We can't really do anymore. We can't really do who have they beaten in that league.
Why not?
Or fourth.
That's an important question being asked.
Schedules.
If you beat a team and they beat another team, you're better than that team they beat. That's the trans issue we're talking about here. Transitive property. It matters, and it should matter, because what happens between the lines is important. The more you dilute it, the more you invoke acronyms, the more you invoke math, the further it is you get away from your traditional American values. This is wrong, and it should scare you and your family.
The Chicago Bears.
Hold on.
Okay.
Is there not? I thought there was another note after this should scare you and your family. No?
And it's gay.
Yeah, okay.
You walked into that one, Dan. You knew that was coming.
That's the one that I was
waiting. Analytics want everything gay.
Okay.
I will say, not a lot of good wins on this Bears.
Can I just say one thing about the Bears? The Bears are the biggest fraud in the NFL right now.
Oh, no.
Their defense is bottom third in the league. Their point differential is -3. They're the only great record team with a minus point differential. Not a good team. It's an embarrassment that Green Bay and Detroit is trailing the Chicago Bears.
He's so close to saying it. It's right there in front of his nose. You know he wants to say it.
Greg.
It's woke.
Greg.
And
Greg.
You say
not a good team. More than embarrassment. Greg, what do you mean not a good team? The Bears are 8-3. What's the point of playing 11 games? You got to beat the teams that you're playing in front of.
I get it. Head to head, they are 8-3. I'll give them that. But they're still a bad team.
The quarterback of the Bears paints his nails.
You can't say not a good team.
Do you know how much the Bears would be underdogs to the Kansas City Chiefs if they met next week?
Okay, this is not. So this
probably close to double figures.
So
no
way.
You're crazy.
Greg,
7.5.
That's
points.
a 4.5 point spread.
Maybe 3.5.
This is a problem with numbers. Who would be favored?
Greg.
Look at all the good teams.
Greg.
Tampa Bay, not that good.
Greg.
Quality
San
loss,
Francisco, not that good.
We don't know about San Francisco yet.
Philadelphia, not that good.
Not that good.
Greg.
Denver,
Philadelphia.
pretty
like
good.
28 of like 34 games.
Chargers, not that good.
This is
Colts, not that good. Jaguars, not that good. Steelers, not that good. Bills, not that good.
George, what are you encouraging over there? What are you telling us to
Greg's
roll
right.
with?
I just wanted to see Greg keep going on which teams were good and which teams were bad.
Thank you, George.
Greg, I know you went over the Chicago Bears, but were you going to get to the Minnesota Twinks anytime soon?
Well, nobody thinks they're good. I mean, come on.
You can
Slowly,
understand how I
AJ
got
McCarthy,
confused with
please.
George earlier, right?
George Harrison, one of the underrated Beatles.
Do you want any of Jeremy's thoughts on the Heat?
I would like his thoughts on the breakup of the Beatles, because George, you were at odds with Paul McCartney back then, weren't you?
Yeah, I mean, it was a rough time, you know, some odd times with Lennon and McCartney and Starr, and then there was the whole thing with me and Clapton and his wife, you know, it's been an up and down life, but, you know, we figure it out.
Are you seeing this? He's not George Harrison, but he's telling you he is. He's identifying as George Harrison, even though he wasn't born. That should scare you and your family.
I'm not again with this.
It's woke.
Come on,
And?
man. How much
George?
George? How much makeup?
Gay?
That's right. He gets it. This guy gets it.
How much makeup are you wearing? What is happening right now?
Why does he keep saying
this?
Why does he keep asking
He keeps
that?
accusing me of
Dan's
wearing
making
makeup.
that
Look at me. Look at me.
Well,
Not wearing any makeup.
The side by side of Tony and Mike is.
Tony, you are normally browner than Mike. He's making you look, if not albino-ish, like you are certainly not getting enough blood to your face. Like Mike is looking a good deal more tan Hispanic than you are.
Are you seeing this?
Browner?
It's a glow. When you've been exposed to the truth. Wow. Because what matters on a football field matters eternally. Wow. You're looking at polls. The pollsters are a problem too. They're fake polls. The coaches poll, there isn't a single coach that would be okay with a team they beat ranked ahead of them if they had the same record. Call it what it is. It's woke. It's a problem. It should scare you. It's going to be the end of you and your children.
Chris, can we do funniest thing from the sports weekend, please? I need to lighten this up. I can't give him enough penalties.
Minor penalty, 2 minutes, delay of show.
I just need to get you out so that I can do the show and you can stop doing this. You're on a platform to nowhere.
Are you seeing this? They're trying to muzzle me.
Okay.
I'm speaking truth.
All right.
He doesn't like it. So shut me up.
Okay.
That's wrong.
All right.
It's woke.
Okay.
And gay.
Yes. You mentioned that. So Jameis was delightful yesterday. That was funny and fun to watch. The open field stiff arm catching of a pass as Detroit's trying to hang on to the fringes of the playoffs. Like Detroit's trying to hold on. Like, look, we've got only so much of this man Campbell left. All right.
Have you seen Gibbs?
Have you seen what we look like on the road? And so they go in there and they're like biting kneecaps. And it's like Jameis is like, woo, double reverse. My hurt receiver going to be criticizing our play calling. Throw the ball back to me. Stiff arm open field. Jameis was this close to knocking the Lions, to ending the Lions window. It was only going to be dissent from Dan Campbell from here because you can only eat so many kneecaps.
Me and with Greg Cody every Tuesday, okay? And so you have ditched journalism a long, long time ago because why? Survival of the fittest, Dan. You have to change with the times. You have to roll with the changing environment, roll with the changing industry, and that's what you decided to do. That's what Stephen A. decided to do. And for Woj, for guys like him, the game has changed slightly, where he went out and he sought reports, and he wanted to be the reporter. And you know what? If now he has morphed into a mouthpiece for the Blazers, I'm okay with it. I am good with it. I don't care.
Survival of the fattest.
Everyone, exactly. Everyone is selling out to make a buck.
What a terrible timing.
It was great.
Like that joke.
Hey, just give it up. You all want to be journalists. You're not journalists anymore. None of you. Not a one of you. Sorry.
You didn't even hear the joke. You
said
said
I did. Survival of the fattest. It was great.
It just could have been done after Stugotz stopped talking, Dad.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoehorn that
But I'm
in.
okay. I'm okay
You're
with
splitting
it.
hairs.
Right.
Okay.
You adapt. You roll with things, man. That's it. You know, Dan, you started off, you know, if you're a driver, you drove a yellow cab and you were loyal to the yellow cab. You know what? But the game has changed to Uber, to Lyft, to private driving. And you know what? You have to ditch the yellow cab and you have to drive an Uber. Why? Because you'll make more money. Why? Because more people are taking Uber than the dirty yellow cabs. That's why. That's what you do. No one cares about journalism. You know what they care about? Laughing, being entertained. And you do a great job of that. And Stephen A. Smith does a great job of that. No one cares about journalism. People care about smiling. That's it.
You know, this morning I found myself while I was driving Claire to school. I told her, you know, you ask a lot of questions. You should be a journalist. And now here in this conversation, I just, you know what? Don't be a journalist. Like,
exactly.
Do something else.
It's over.
Sad.
You're going to let Stugotz parent your daughter. You think that's a good idea?
You think journalism is a good occupation to choose now?
No, I would not. Listen, not only is it not a good occupation to choose, I have looked around Miami and realized we're the only ones providing the jobs we're presently providing. I heard local TV reporters are making $45,000 a year.
Huh.
I couldn't believe that's how bad local television is struggling, that's the place that has arrived. And I told Chris Cody not to get into this business at all because it's terrible.
But Stephen A. Smith is making more money than he's ever made in his entire life. He has more power. He has more of everything than he's ever had in his entire life. You want him to give that up because of journalism? Like, get out of here.
I believe you can do both. You're being very
How?
You're being very absolute about this. First of all, he does. He
Right.
does reporting, does journalism. He is very credible. When he gives information, it's not like Skip Bayless giving information. There is a difference. Skip Bayless also allegedly a journalist, but he's been contaminated by this thing and distorted by it in ways that are even more poisonous because he doesn't do any reporting anymore. Like, he doesn't talk to people in a way that's informed. Stephen A. actually goes to things, has relationships, and certainly when he's talking about basketball, if Stephen A. gives you information that's not opinion, you trust that it's informed.
No doubt. But every time he does that show, Dan, every single episode, his journalistic integrity, it shreds away. Little by little, piece by piece, it just does. He is doing a debate show debating the most ridiculous topics in the history of sports. Like, it has to affect your credibility.
Stugotz, it has happened.
And you sitting next to me does not help. I mean,
or my dad or Cody, because I said
Cody?
to myself, generations of Codys, because I did say to myself, this is one of the things I find funny about Stephen A. and thinking that he and I do the same thing, because once I got to PTI and it was argument television, I said I'd like to try to do it differently, but I guess that sounds highfalutin. I don't want to do debate shows.
The knuckleball is dead.
The knuckleballer is dead now, correct? Completely dead. There's no one. Is there anyone throwing the knuckleball now?
Someone has to be throwing it.
I would say Tim Wakefield was pretty
None of us
bad.
have one. We're just like, yeah.
No, there has to
There's
be.
got to be. Well, wait a minute. The knuckleballer didn't go extinct without anyone telling us.
As long as there's breath in my lungs, there's a knuckleballer out there.
Put it on the poll, Guillermo, at Le Batard Show. As long as there is breath in your lungs, will there be a knuckleballer out there?
There should be more because if you notice, I mean, I don't have any stats to back this, but I don't care. I'm going with it regardless. I would say that the position players that are pitching have a much better ERA than average pitchers do. Because they're all just going out there throwing the ball like 35 miles an hour, and the hitters are so confused that they just get under it, they pop up. Like, nary a run is scored off of a position player. Sometimes, but not always.
I loved when baseball analysis was starting strong. I loved the people who would do the analytics on how a knuckleballer would screw up your hitters the next day. For the preparing for a knuckleball would screw you up the next day as well, because you're sitting out there hitting those 45-mile-an-hour butterflies.
There's nothing that I hated more, like growing up watching the Marlins, than when Jamie Moyer was coming to play against them. And I don't even remember if he was a knuckleballer or if he could just only hit 75.
It was just slop.
He could
He was not a knuckleballer.
72.
He was just old, and he threw croutons up
Anytime
there
was a knuckleballer or just an old man that could throw the ball really slow, I knew, like, this team can only hit fastballs, and this is going to be a long day and a long week because they're not going to be able to figure it out.
And it's frustrating because you're just seeing these meatballs go over the plate. You're like, how can you not deal with this? This is so slow. Hit the baseball. And yet, Jamie Moyer had a 20-year.
So, of course, I have all of my football analysis wrong because I am feeding into the drama of the Eagles and the Chiefs when Stafford's got 24 touchdowns and 0 interceptions over the last 6 weeks of football. And the Rams have sort of perfected what Daniel Jones isn't exactly going to travel with on the road. Everyone knows that unless I'm making it like 0 degrees in the cold, that Stafford can bring that offense and 9 completions to Puka wherever it is that traveling circus goes.
Wasn't Stafford's career almost over in training camp when they thought he couldn't play because he has a bad back?
I thought he was going to the Giants. Didn't Diana Rossini said that was a real thing. So we talk a lot about the drama and the teams that have been there. It ignores some things about that team, does it not? Given that they traded for Stafford over Goff because McVay was like, yeah, I'll go with this quarterback. That quarterback is going to make me lose to Brady 13-3 in a Super Bowl that Belichick won for Brady.
And by the way, they lost one of the best defensive players in league history 2 years ago.
Yeah. And their defense is great.
They are great at all the things. They're a great organization. Look, McVay had one of the rarest of coaching and broadcasting opportunities before Tom Brady got the $375 million with the streaming service money and the broadcasting explosion. Sean McVay had the chance to be the voice for football the way John Madden was by just leaving football at the top of football because he could have had any broadcasting job at the very height of the food chain.
He could still do that.
Would have skipped every line, but chose to keep coaching because he prefers to do that. And he's gamed the system like when Stafford's your quarterback. Like they have figured out a perfection of motion and chemistry in their offense, whether it's Cooper Kupp. Like you don't need to have someone who's actually as good as Smith and Jigba, right? Like you only need to have either Cooper Kupp or Puka or Devontae Adams, or they'll do it with Higbee, or they'll do it to Baker Mayfield. They'll do it at the Eagles. They'll do it everywhere. Like Stafford will be the only thing that actually dethrones Brady through his runs, through his playoff runs. He goes through Breeze, Mahomes, and Rodgers in one postseason, but it was Stafford throwing deep to Cooper Kupp that knocked Brady out of another playoff, correct?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like that, Stafford has quietly had such an amazing back end of his career to become a Hall of Famer.
I mean, think about the first part of his career. Like, I don't know if he was considered a loser, but he was considered as a guy who's never going to win. And I understand a lot of that is because it was Detroit, But man, and those Detroit teams with Calvin Johnson, how dysfunctional were they? That this is what we're getting out of Matthew Stafford now in the latter portion.
But you know the answer to this question, which is this is one of the amazing things about Dan Campbell's ascendance there. The backstory, and I say this all the time with the Lions, 2 of their best players, they made them quit. Calvin Johnson and Barry Sanders ended their careers early, and Stafford was tired of giving his body out on that surface because he never misses games. Like, he's insanely tough somehow, still playing games, bad back or not. Like, that guy became the highest paid quarterback in the league in Detroit, and he was the only good thing about the team. He's the only reason anyone thought they'd win a playoff game. But he was viewed as a career loser because of it, because he merely got to the organization to a better place than it ever been with Barry Sanders and with Calvin Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's the best thing that ever happened to Detroit. Am I wrong?
I mean, that's arguable, but what's
him or Barry Sanders in terms of winning, playoff winning, relevance? Can we beat Romo? It was like the only other time we've seen Detroit be relevant is when Stafford made them so. Correct?
Right. I mean, I think Barry Sanders ultimately is going to be revered more than Stafford in Detroit.
I mean, it depends how far you're going to go back. They did win NFL championships in the late
We're not
50s.
going back that far.
Okay, with Bobby Lane, the quarterback.
You want to give him the back in my day music? He can tell us all that he wants about the 1950s Detroit Lions.
Let's
if he
not
wants.
erase history. That's all I'm saying. Have they ever won a Super Bowl? No.
Oh, there it is. That's what matters.
Have they won NFL championships? Yeah.
They are a laughingstock American franchise.
Used to be.
For all time.
You can't just erase history. That's not good either. You have to highlight it. Look. A lot of people were in a lot of bad situations. You can explain it. Context matters. Like being head-to-head on a football field. That used to matter.
Not again with this. What are you laughing at,
Looks
Greg?
like a raccoon.
Greg, he is wearing a lot of makeup. Greg,
yes.
Can you? Mike accuses me of contrivance. What was your real feeling yesterday? Ostracized to a corner of your home to watch Lionel Messi, shamed by your family into you will not be as important as the 4 o'clock games.
I was honored to be watching Lionel Messi on that stage perform like he did. It's an honor to watch that guy play. It really is. I mean, and I don't probably think that way about any other athlete in any other sport.
LeBron, I would say LeBron. You don't think it's an honor to get to watch LeBron play for 23 years?
At his age, yeah, at his age.
Steph Curry?
Less than LeBron, but yes.
Steph, that's 17 years, amazingly enough.
Like, you haven't enjoyed these last 3+ years of Messi more than the 4 years you watched LeBron, right?
I would say it's comparable, though.
Really?
And I would say it's comparable. And the point is, in terms of American sports fans, there's still such a gulf there where we don't appreciate what we have. We, meaning American sports fans. We don't appreciate what we have in Messi, whereas we do with somebody like Tom Brady or LeBron James, because they're big national news. Lionel Messi is at his best on a big stage yesterday, and everybody's watching Red Zone instead.
How big a mistake, Mike, was the Apple TV thing when they are saying, and we've been talking about this for a while because it's been a bit appalling, the amount of greed that has to go into paying for all these things, which ultimately comes out of the pocket of the customer, making Inter Miami in Miami a really elite franchise, even though there are plenty of people who don't have money, who won't be gouged, who also love Lionel Messi, would like to be watching the games on Apple TV, but don't want to pay for Apple TV Plus, Extra Plus, and have to get soccer without their regular Apple. So one of the things Apple has done, which we know how much money Apple makes. They are one of the global corporate giants that run everything in the economy, and they can do whatever they want. How bad a mistake was it to have Lionel Messi telling this part of his story this gracefully and not have the attendant support around it so that it's accessible to people who can't get over the paywall to see the story told, to have the broadcasters frame the relevance of the event? How much did they price out? How big a mistake was it to price out some audience by not allowing any of this to be televised?
They don't even put out the numbers. They don't want you to see how bad this is. Can you imagine? Numbers so bad. Not releasing them? That should scare you and your family.
This is all I'm going to get from you today. You're going to continue to be furious.
You have to become undeniable. Because if you allow this to happen, you perpetuate a narrative. You're not doing anything about it. Then you're stuck with it. And so is your family. That's wrong. Have you seen these polls? While the narrative is around the committee, the pollsters are getting off easy.
Let's do
The
funniest thing
coaches
from the
are
sports
getting off
weekend,
easy.
please.
I've seen some of these pollsters. Did you know one of them is Israel Gutierrez?
Whoa.
Oh, don't do this.
We should get a hold of Israel. We should offer him more money.
Don't do this.
I'm suggesting we pay Israel. We continue to pay Israel. And when
funniest thing from the
he even
sports
ranks us
weekend?
ahead of Notre Dame, like he should, we should give more money to Israel.
Funniest thing from the sports
Dan,
weekend,
first,
please.
we've obtained a photo. We've obtained the photo that we've wanted all morning of the Barbie room.
Oh, thank you. So you're going someplace else with the show than
No, we can go to funniest thing, but I knew that as soon as we got this photo, you'd want to know.
You did know this, and there it is. So let's take a look at where it is. Greg Cody was watching Messi in the exercise room. There is a photo of Greg Cody in the corner there, not surprisingly. A photo of a dog, some family photos.
Looks just like Jumpin' Charlie, that dog.
It is. It is. I think we can say, do I have this wrong? Please tell me I have this wrong. This is an old person's view of a room a granddaughter should have.
My childhood bedroom right here.
Appears to be a dog dressed as a general.
It is.
This is concerning. And it's wrong. And woke. And gay.
Zaslow, Tony is not the best judgment, and I'm having a difficulty wrangling the show today. And Tony has suggested that he wants to do his top 5 earlier than he usually does. The thing that's been happening with his top 5s is he does them Tuesday, Wednesday, last week, Thursday. Everything's been chewed up. Everything is no good because it's already been said. He's got no new thoughts on a Thursday, but now he's decided to do this from a Metro mover. He is using public transportation in Miami. I don't trust the Wi-Fi. He does. So let's see what we've got, Tony. He told me you're ready. We've got the video now. You're on public transportation. Yes. Let's do it. Tony's top 5.
Dano, we are live here from the Metro mover.
No delay at all.
Going down right now. We are literally moving right now And no, I was actually in delay because I didn't want the cop to come and stop me. So I think we're trying to hide from the cop real quick. So I only have 5, okay? No OLI. We're going to go straight to it.
Why
If
would
one,
a
I can
cop
rattle off
bother
a
you?
couple
Why
years.
does it sound like you feel like you're doing something illegal, like you're
Yeah.
being watched? You think you have to have a license to do this?
He's just going to ask him for documentation.
Oh, he's
And look
coming.
at
He's
his
coming. He's
skin.
coming. You see him right there? You saw him? You saw him? He's right there.
Number 5.
Okay. No, my issue is that it's number 5. Yo, JJ McCarthy sucks.
Okay, you guys thought he put one good quarter together, and you guys think a quarterback's just come into the league who's been hidden by Jim Harbaugh,
Sucker.
national champion. What?
He's a sucker.
Let me remind the people really quick that Tony's Top 5 is presented by Smirnoff, the official vodka sponsor of the National Football League. Smirnoff, please drink responsibly. The Smirnoff Company, New York vodka, 40% alcohol by volume.
Tony, I love how you're doing this, where you're looking around. You seem like you're suspicious.
I'm not.
You're giving off
This is not a joke.
suspicion. Yes. What? So somebody's
Look
going
at
to
him.
stop you. No, you've got to do this. You're probably doing something illegal. Number 4.
Number 4, nice story, but the Bucks are cooked.
So that's it. So Carolina's going to win the division. So I
They're
said
cooked right now,
said
Dan.
their
I think it's
season
too
was done
many
5
injuries.
weeks ago. So
Another bad
Carolina's
team.
going to win the division.
I've never seen Tony scared before.
Yeah, he looks a little scared. Well, because he's out in the wild. Look, there are ICE agents around. He's
Guys,
brown-
we're moving fast,
he's
by the way.
brown.
We're moving fast. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's more of like I need to make sure that I got a good base because this thing can stop and I can fly like 6 feet back that way.
Yes,
This thing is no
well,
joke.
Yes, well, you should be holding on. Why don't you just hold on to a rail because you're too much of a man? Number 3.
No, because I need my hands. Number 3. Is Jahmyr Gibbs better than Barry Sanders? I'll let you guys think about and chew that for a second.
Okay, so what did he have? Like 260 scrimmage yards
Yeah, a lot.
yesterday?
Yeah, he's really good. It feels
Yeah.
like he might be better than Barry.
Yeah. Okay, very
Hold on,
good.
I gotta make sure. I gotta pretend like I'm not doing it, guys. Hold on.
That is so disrespectful what
He's
you
right
just
behind
said. Look,
Anyone else rooting for him to get kicked off?
No, what I'm rooting for is somebody to punish him for that take. Like, that is terrible to say Jahmyr Gibbs is Barry Sanders. Like, this shows you don't know anything about anything.
Lobos tried to acquire Gibbs in a trade.
Number 2.
People must be so
Number
confused.
2. They are very confused. Number 2. We need a new wing of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, just named Gunslingers, in which Jameis Winston is first ballot. Gunslinger Hall
like
of Fame wing.
I like it.
I
Gun
mean,
wingers.
look, his open field stiff arm. How great was that play?
And a spin.
The Giants screwing around, throwing to Jameis Winston in the open field, covered.
He got a 50-50 ball, and then he stiff-armed and spun into the end zone. It might be the best play of the season. It was so cool. And then he did the dice celebration.
It was the greatest moment of yesterday. It was. Number 1, Tony.
Really quick on Jameis Winston. He's never going to make it anywhere near any sort of Hall of Fame. But, like, what he does on a day in and day out, week in and week out, game in and game out basis should be celebrated. Okay? We need to have some sort of celebration of Jameis
Not
Winston
day in and
for his
day out.
on-field play.
No, just Sundays.
Occasionally.
Just Sundays.
You're not there in the locker room.
Maybe an
You're not
occasional
there
Thursday
in the
night.
locker room. You don't know what he's doing.
Well,
That guy's the
You don't know what
worst.
he's doing in
Yeah.
that locker room. Oh, shut up, George.
no.
Number 1.
You shut up. You take that back.
Pack it up. No, you shut up.
No,
My
no,
bad.
you
I don't-
shut
I
up.
take that back. I take that part. I take that part back. I take the shut up back. I'm sorry.
No, you shut up.
Hold on. They're stopping the train, guys. Hold on. I got to make sure that. Hold on. Oh, the guy's right there.
Here comes
Hold
Ice.
up.
Police officer?
He's right behind me. Hold up. Hold up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, he's a police guy. Oh, they opened the doors
I think
again.
You have to have a
Oh,
license.
Oh, boy.
Okay, you gotta,
Shut up for a second.
Number 1, Tony. You want
Turn
to
around.
whisper
Show him.
to
Show,
us?
show the police officer over my shoulder.
No, you want to whisper?
Yeah, number 1. Number 1.
Hold on. Oh,
Number
he's
1.
gonna get in trouble.
Pack it up. I've seen all there is to see. Give Matthew Stafford the MVP and close up shop. We're done. He's the MVP of the season. We're done. No more MVP talk. Stafford's the MVP. It's over. There's a dog on the train.
I
the
love
cops
this.
are looking for
I wanna
people
do it
with
here every
cameras. They
week.
just said it on
All right,
now.
all right. We'll do it next week as
No,
well.
I don't
We'll
wanna
see if
do
we-
it here every week.
Yes, we should. Yes, you.
No.
Yeah, like you, a little bit scared, a little bit less confident than usual. That's a good character. I want to do this more often.
You see him? You see
It's
him?
public transit. Yeah, you're scared. You're not. You're doing illegal things. This is not allowed. You have to have a
I
license.
could be arrested.
Yes, that's correct. All right. See you
This
later.
thing's also hauling ass, by the way.
Where are you
All right,
going?
later.
You look
I don't
somehow
know.
less brown than Mike. He doesn't know where he goes. He doesn't know where the public transit goes. He's going all over downtown Miami. Let's get to funniest thing from the sports weekend. I don't want to go to you, Mike. What do you want?
He
what do you
looks
want
so
to do?
stupid.
What are you doing?
What I want. It's an interesting way to frame things. What I want is the truth. What I want is head-to-head to matter. We're obsessing over the wrong things. Strength of schedule, strength of record. They talk about eye test. Miami passes the eye test. Miami is the hottest quarterback in the nation. They're playing their best football in November. Yet people don't want to talk about that. That's wrong. It's unjust. It should scare you. It's woke.
Let's do the funniest thing
And-
from the sports weekend, please.
Gay.
Again.
Hey, people, tell us what in the sport made you laugh hardest this weekend. It is a segment we call What Made You Laugh This Weekend. Ha ha ha!
Jeremy?
Dan, I don't know if you were watching the Cleveland game, but Jerry Jeudy was running around with probably the most confidence I've ever seen, holding the ball away from his body in a way that makes you think, oh, this is going to be a fumble, isn't it? And then before you could get that thought out, here comes the punch, so far away from his body that it didn't even matter, Zaslow.
Look, stop tweeting at me, do I know about that landman? It's nonstop. It's nonstop tweets, do I know about that landman? And let me make something perfectly clear here. I don't have a problem with punching the football to create a fumble. I have a problem when you punch and you miss the football and punch a player. That, to me, doesn't seem like it should be a legal play. But all in all, stop asking me if I know about that landman. I know about that landman.
Got an extension, didn't he?
Yeah. That's my mentions were chaos this weekend because he got an extension.
Look, you're publicly anti-landman, or you're publicly anti-supporting the punching of landman when he runs around there just punching people and causing footballs to come flying out. It seems like a valuable resource to have in that sport.
Yeah, just all I'm saying is punching players during play shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah, worse than a tush push.
Controversial take. How are we enjoying all the permutations of changed 60-yard plays off the tush push now, where Mark Andrews is rumbling through your open field, where the only big plays, that was 15 games the Browns had gone without a 50-yard pass. The only big giant plays you get in these games where Daniel Jones can't get the ball 20 yards downfield is tush push derivative, is some sort of fakey play that allows you to run in the open field.
Yeah, terrible, fraudulent disgrace to the NFL. I am glad the Browns won, though, because I picked the Browns. We went 13-1 last weekend.
Wait a minute.
And we also had Dallas
Did you see
as
what
an
he just
outright
did
upset.
there? Did you see
what?
Yeah, I asked you a question about a play, and you said disgrace to the league, and you just wanted to get how good you were on your picks.
Well, it was a poor question, and everybody's wondering what I meant, how I finished with my picks. Because after I lost the game Thursday night, although I did have Texans with the points, I went on a weekend-long heater, finished 13-1, the best record, best weekly record in PFPI so far this season.
Greg,
by the way,
I asked you a question, a serious football question. You did the lazy, it's a disgrace, it's an embarrassment, and then went straight to telling us how you went 13-1 on your picks this week, and it wasn't against the spread, just overall.
Yeah,
13-1. Congratulations. You beat the Lions to beat the Giants. Congratulations.
What was the one you lost?
There were Buffalo, Houston, although I did have Texans with the points. But when you call something an embarrassment and a disgrace, that's such strong language
But
that
you
there's
don't mean
no
it.
alliteration.
No, but you don't mean
no
it.
elaboration needed.
No, you didn't have any real feel.
No,
it's
the
an
tush-
embarrassment and a disgrace that there are 60 yards runs off of the permutation of the tush push.
Yes.
It's an embarrassment and a
Yes.
disgrace.
Correct. Correct. The NFL should ban it all. They should ban it all, including the punch. You know, I mean, when Zaz is right, I agree with him. You know, Jay-Z had that one right. I agreed with him.
He called you Jay-Z?
It's whatever.
He calls you Jay-Z as if
Yeah.
you're chummy?
It's whatever.
You know.
Mike, what was the funniest thing from the sports weekend?
Have you seen this? The AP poll came out, and pollsters are ranking Notre Dame ahead of Miami, citing that Notre Dame looks like a totally different team since they played and lost to Miami. Where I come from, that success should also be attributed to Miami. That's right. Notre Dame's success is Miami's success. It's a tiebreaker. And it's woke.
Don't do this again.
And was gay.
The funniest thing from the sports weekend, Chris?
LSU had senior night, and Brian Kelly, who was let go earlier this season, his son plays for LSU and was a senior, and he celebrated. He paid respect to his dad. We're going to play a video here.
And one of those seniors is Brian Kelly's son. This is Kenzel Kelly coming out pregame. Pay special attention to that T-shirt he's got underneath his jersey.
Go Tigers! Long live BK! Long, free my boy! Free my boy BK! You know who?
You ever call your dad your boy?
No, never did.
That's him. He had on his shirt. It said "Free my boy BK," and he was showing it, and it's just like everything awkward.
I didn't understand how it is this weekend. The reports around this were that LSU goes to refire Brian Kelly.
They finally fired him
based on his lawsuit because he's suing them because he doesn't think he's going to get all his money back. So this is his son doing a freedom march on behalf of his boy, his father, who's
never been like free my boy Greg,
who's owed $54 million.
Long live BK. He died?
Burger King? What does that mean?
Brian Kelly.
Brian Kelly, Greg.
I know,
Have you
I'm
not?
kidding.
Okay.
It's just a joke. Because
Do you
most people, when they
hear
BK,
a good one.
Most people, when they hear BK, think of Burger King before they would think of Brian Kelly. Plus, does his son ever play, or is he one of those?
Why did you give Jonathan Zaslow Jay-Z? Because most people wouldn't think Jay-Z when they look at Jonathan Zaslow.
I think that's a fitting nickname that I just bestowed upon him.
You think I could catch on?
Yeah, I do. Do you like it? Embrace it.
It's fine.
Okay. See? That's an embrace.
Giving it a ton of thought.
Okay.
The college football stories of the weekend that grabbed your attention. I don't know what it is that you made of the games from this weekend because the top 10 has asserted itself, as we mentioned during the local hour. Although I do think most people listening to this would say, I don't know if Oregon's good. I don't know who's good. I don't know if anyone is great. I know the SEC isn't as good as I thought they were.
Have you seen that?
Brian Kelly's son had 0 tackles this season.
Yeah, he
Oregon's
looks like
best
a
win.
walk-in.
Yeah.
Oregon's
I had
best
the same
win
number.
is against who? USC? Who's USC beaten? That's not a good team. However, that's held up as Notre Dame's best win. This is wrong. It's bad. It's woke. And gay.
Did you say that Brian Kelly's son looked like a walk-in?
A walk-on is what I meant to
I believe
say.
you said walk-in, like a walk-in closet.
I did say walk-in. I
Yeah.
did mean to say walk-on, but
Okay.
you got me. I was hoping to skip past that.
Thank you. I don't skip past anything.
No, you got me.
Okay.
Yes, you
Thank
got
you.
me cornered.
Made him a
I
closet.
I did. I made him a closet instead of a walk-on.
Yes, you
I
did.
He's got 0 tackles. That's the biggest statement he's made in an LSU uniform is supporting his daddy for getting fired and wanting his buyout money.
Can I ask you something?
His inheritance.
Can I ask you something? Why has Notre Dame looked so much better since playing Texas A&M? Please answer my question.
Because they beat Syracuse 70-7, and UM played Syracuse and didn't beat Syracuse like that.
They destroyed them. Why does that matter?
They didn't play.
NC State played Notre Dame. Notre Dame was up 10-7 at half. NC State hadn't crossed the 50 when they played Miami at halftime.
You're going to do transitive property
The
again?
trans issue does matter. But I'm just asking you a blatant question. Why has Notre Dame looked so good since playing Texas A&M in Miami?
Can I do funniest thing from the
I'm asking
sports
you a
weekend,
question.
please? I know
You're
you've
trying
been
to avoid
you've
it.
been asked.
This is
I'm not-
concerning.
I have not been trying to avoid
You should be
your
confronted
question.
with the truth. You can't kick me out.
Minor
For
penalty,
just
2 minutes
asking?
for adding nothing.
This is communism.
I'm sorry
This
to
is
do
wrong.
this to you.
This is woke.
Don't do it again. Don't do it again. Don't do it again. Don't. Out.
Minor penalty, 2 minutes for verbal diarrhea.
Don't do it. I'm gonna hold on. Don't do it. Don't.
Minor penalty, 2 minutes. Fork came out of your mouth.
And gay.
That guy barely looks like himself at this point.
Dan, what's your funniest thing? Theo Vaughn walking out with Diego Pavia's mom?
That's evidently a real relationship.
Mike says it's. I don't know. I think they're doing a bit, but it's been a thing all year that he's been jokingly. The Vanderbilt quarterback Diego Pavia had senior night, and Theo Vaughn walking out with him was interesting.
Many of you were nominating Barry Jackson being hacked the way that Zaslow was hacked. I don't know what that backstory is. You'll have to inform me. But my funniest thing from the sports weekend was in the middle of that Jags-Arizona game, as the Jags are doing jaggy things in order to end the game. Arizona's driving down the field with Jacoby Brissett at the end of the game. There are no timeouts. They've got less than a minute left. They throw the ball to Michael Wilson. He catches the ball, gets up, spins the ball. They don't have timeouts. He's got to go retrieve the ball because there's a giant hurry, and they don't get 7 points because of how slow they were getting down the field and had to kick a field goal and then, of course, lose the game. And nobody will talk about that today. Like, lost the game spinning the ball and then had to go retrieve it in the end zone and kicked it when he just needed to get back into play so that they could spike the ball. What are you pointing to, Chris Cody?
I thought Zaslow wanted to give his funniest thing.
I do. I want to give mine.
Yeah, I mean, my funniest thing, I mean, it shouldn't be funny, but I guess I like not being the only one, is that Barry Jackson's Twitter account got hacked, okay? Like, there's something comforting to me that it's not just me. It seems like it's the same person who ended up hacking him because it's the same tweets.
Why is the funniest thing from the sports weekend someone being hacked? Why is that? Why are you enjoying
No, if you get hacked, you want other people to get hacked.
No, I just said, like, there's a comfort in me knowing that it wasn't just me. And I had to go 3 days. It was not fun. It was 3 days before I was able to get my account back. It was a whole mishigas in order to get control of my account back. But Friday night during my show on ESPN Radio, at the end of the show, live on the air, I recovered my account. That's right. I got it back. I am now master my domain once again. Barry Jackson, good luck.
That's not cool of you to enjoy Barry Jackson's misery there.
I'm not enjoying his misery. I'm enjoying that I'm not the only one.
It's one sucker to another.
No, this is...
I'm not a sucker.
When you get hacked, you want others to get hacked. It's the thing.
Is it?
Yeah. You don't want to be alone.
You just want others to get hacked?
It makes you feel better. It's like, okay, it can happen to anybody.
Yeah, that's right. It could happen. If it happened to me, it could happen to you.
But what is it? The violation of... I don't understand what you're doing where you would wish this misery upon someone else.
I didn't wish it.
It's 2.5 days of inconvenience to you, and then it happens to someone else, and you're happy that it happened?
I didn't wish it. It just happened. It's not like I was saying, oh, my God, please, I hope that happens to Barry Jackson, too. And then it happened. No, that's not what happened at all. But it happened, and I'm like, oh, look at that. That's crazy. Happened to me, too.
Greg, what was the funniest thing from the sports weekend?
Well, first of all, I want to congratulate Barry Jackson because based on everything I've seen, that's a sweet new ride he's got thanks to that Bitcoin windfall. So good for you, Barry. The funniest thing from the sports weekend to me was that North Carolina loses on a last-minute field goal to make Bill Belichick officially bowl-in eligible. I love that. I just because of Jordan, I want ill on Bill Belichick this season.
Because of Jordan?
Yes, because of her domineering relationship and him allowing it to happen.
Wait a minute.
I want ill to befall Bill Belichick.
On like just this season. Not
Greg,
right, not in general. I wish him no ill health.
That's what you just said.
Greg, can't you disguise it slightly better than that? You're saying because of that creepy relationship, I want him to forever lose. That's what you're saying.
I wish ill of him this season. So when
but it could be about any thousand of things. That's the one. It could be about for any thousands of reasons. Bill Belichick was a jerk to everybody for many, many years. Why would that be your top reason?
Because when he's winning Super Bowls, he's got the veneer of genius to cover the jerkhood. When he's losing at North Carolina and under his auspices, they're bowl ineligible for the first time in like 8 years.
All right.
That's funny.
I'm going to have to muzzle you. You know what? She's trying to sue Pablo. She's threatening to sue
What's
Pablo.
up with that? Under what grounds, by the way?
I don't know. A defamation of some sort. She was showing her media credential because I guess Pablo reported that she was forbidden from coming on the field, and so she says she's going to sue him for I don't know, slander,
libel.
Good luck
libel,
proving that.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys say that as none of the people who have to pay the lawyers.
Frivolous lawsuit.
She doesn't have to pay the lawyers either.
Yeah, but I do.
I rule
Oh,
against her.
I do. Yeah, because Pablo doesn't get in trouble on Pablo's behalf. Yeah. Pablo
gotcha.
gets on trouble of our behalf. That's right.
Your behalf, not mine.
No,
Got nothing to do with me.
We all own the company. It does have to do with us. I don't know why you guys separate yourself from the company. You have shares.
Well, during bad stuff, yeah.
You have shares.
During
in the
good stuff, we
company.
all win. During bad stuff.
So wait. So when you've got part equity in the program,
I got part equity in good side, right? Like there's good side and bad side. You have equity in both. I've got equity on good side. That's it. So.
Okay. Very good.
Some of us have no equity.
The voice is great. Jeremy's killing the voice, dude. I love it.
You are doing a good job. You should bring that on the broadcast tonight for the Heat.
Greg Cody suggested, and I didn't let him go to air with this because he's been a little bit unruly today. His judgment has been off. You suggested that they get an old Beatles photo. For what reason? Because I largely like to keep this as an audio experience, and I don't like to exclude the audio audience with an assortment of visual jokes, although Mike has been doing that plenty today. Can you explain what it is that what the photo is that you would like of the Beatles?
I think that a lot of people don't think that's really George Harrison, and so I would like us to show a photograph of the 4 Beatles during their heyday that includes George.
They don't think that's George Harrison? You don't think that they can tell that that's Jeremy?
No, I think it's George Harrison, the ghost of.
And so you believe that's a realistic recreation that Jeremy is doing of George Harrison.
Look at that hair.
Okay,
That's
so you
fantastic.
you want them
at
to
the real
just,
picture now.
You want them to just pull up photos, a variety of Beatles photos, to show how on brand and how well in disguise Jeremy is today?
I would love to see a Beatles photograph from the heyday that included our George.
Well, now you got it.
No, I don't.
You don't. You still don't have it. That's not the one you want.
No.
You want something better than
I'm
that.
talking
You want
about
something with
He
the
wants
Beatles.
a Photoshop. He wants to Photoshop Jeremy into a picture of the Beatles, right, Greg?
With the 4 Beatles.
Okay.
You didn't
All
say
right.
that.
Well, put it back on the monitor there.
The Fab
Greg,
4, they call
have you
them,
seen
not the
this?
Fab 1.
Are you looking at this? It's right in front of your face.
Yes, right.
It's telling you who it is.
Well, that was George when he was younger. Now we have the older George.
You can't ignore your eyes. The eye test matters. Like something that we saw on August 31st. That should matter.
Can I ask you guys the question when I hear Nance and Romo and there's a flag thrown on the field and Nance says casually, the fans want, or a flag's not thrown, and Nance says casually, the fans want some laundry. And it absorbed it. I'm like, yes, that's what they say. And I'm like, why do they say that? Why would the flag be laundry? He said it casually, and I'm like, I don't think that expression is right. Why would that be laundry? But other people call it laundry. There's something dirty on the field. Is that why it's laundry?
I think it's just a Seinfeld reference where Seinfeld does the bit that we're rooting for laundry out there.
No, that's different. No, laundry is uniforms.
The material.
Seinfeld's bit is not the flag. It's that we're rooting for not players. We're rooting not for human beings. We're rooting for laundry, people who wear the colors that we like. Flag's not supposed to be laundry, is it?
Yeah, I think it is. And here's the derivation of that. The metamorphosis of the penalty flag, okay? We used to say, it's a penalty on the play. And then it became, it's a flag on the play. And then Al Michaels started saying, it's a marker. It's a marker on the play.
He does?
Yes, a marker. And now,
I've never heard that.
Now the slang is laundry.
No, that's not the slang. I
Yes,
was
it
objecting to it. That's not the slang. That was what he would.
You could look it up.
You could look it up.
Penalty, flag, marker, laundry.
That's the evolutionary
Yes.
chart.
What we're talking about.
Yes.
That's the evolutionary
It's
chart.
like when you see that picture of the Homo sapien who.
The evolutionary chart.
Yes,
Yes,
right.
that's
Yes,
what I said.
okay.
Did you hear that?
Penalty, flag, marker, laundry.
I don't think that's
Why isn't there a
accurate.
heterosapien?
I don't think that
Have
that
you
is
asked yourself
accurate.
that question?
Don't do this again. Don't do this again.
I'm just asking a question.
How are you so orange? How are you so orange?
Ever heard of the sun?
How much have we spent on orange? You've
The Orange
infected.
Bowl
You've
is
inf-
something that Miami should
You've
have an opportunity to
infected
play in.
today's show with your University of Miami biases. It's this. I can't do this for a month with you.
Quiet, Piggy.
Piggy. I can't do University of Miami wailing for a month. They're a good football team.
It's because you're carrying water for the opposition. Wow. It wasn't too long ago where we eliminated the computers because they devalued head-to-head. This matters. It's scary. It's real. It's coming to your home, and it will turn you gay.
Wow.
Greg, you like this photo?
That's what I'm talking about. That's proof.
That kind of thing, right?
Yes, that kind of thing. It's irrefutable proof. Sergeant Pepper.
So obviously.
Lonely Hearts Club Band.
Yes, George.
Jeremy, I think this might be the best costume that we've done around here. How realistic this is and how fooled it has everybody into thinking you're a Beatle. You look exactly the way that a Beatle would. The Browns had
Miami looks like a national champion.
The Browns had not had a starting
Have you seen
quarterback
this?
win a game in 17 straight tries. A first-time starting quarterback. Shador is the first-time starting quarterback for the Browns to win a game in 17 tries.
They should call him Shador. He gets it done, that guy.
That's literally what they call him.
Doer, you're saying?
Shadoo-er. Shadoo-ER.
Like a doer.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Doer.
He gets it done. He's a doer.
Yes.
Just game.
Getting it done.
So D-O-dash-E-R instead of E-U-R.
Yes, correct. Shadoo-er.
Play the 49ers next week. We'll see how that goes.
The 49ers, by the way, it seems like they did Ayuk dirty. Anyone want to talk about that? No? Just moving on? Just taking away his
Void the contract. See ya.
No, guaranteed nothing. Nothing is guaranteed. What do you mean? Your body's breaking? Get out of here. We keep your money. Yeah, we're good with that? Okay, good.
Didn't like it when I saw it. I was like, ooh, fully voided.
Super dirty.
Been hurt
Super
all year.
dirty.
Have you seen this? It's not the only injustice there is in sports. There's one happening right under your noses.